The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
Don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody. He's a macho savage. You're listening to Mike Trash, TrashTalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. Say it, the macho.
Wrestling fans throughout Radio Land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the Ugandan Giants. Come on. And that's my story.
You can live words to describe the Trash Talking Radio Show from 7 to whenever we get done is by using a screwdriver. Track, roast, beef. This is Luna Vachon, the other half of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the Trash, 7 to 10. Tuesday nights, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world famous take in the Road Warriors. Listen to them. If you know it's good for you, listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking?
Well, I gotta say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch because what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
This is the Vital Idol, and you're listening to Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday, 7 to 10 on TrashTalkingRadio.com. Vital Idol tells you, it's got to be true. When it's on the internet, it's got to be real. It's Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10. I am Bob, the king of swing, the international rock star, way above par, the host with the most, Mr. Tuesday Night, the Vital Idol.
It is Trash Talking Radio. It is Tuesday night. It is the best night of the week, and whether or not you like it, we're here again. Hey, guess what? The sound is working. Hard to believe. And that was a really strange show that we had last week where it just disappeared like we did. Hey, all right, we're here now. There we are. There we are. Hard to believe. We're back. Oh, why is that? Slacker.
Look at everything. You had my mind on other things.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but okay. But anyway, we're back, and we're hoping that this will be a more audio show than last week because we got cut off in the middle. I think it's our competition, whoever they are. I think they decided they wanted us off the air and made sure that we were done, whether we liked it or not. So, is there anybody else I need to tell about the show? I think the people I need to tell, I told, and he doesn't listen to the show. Maybe he will. Oh, and there is one more. Amy Sue. In my hand. No. I already did it. Yeah, you know. Yeah. Yeah. There. All right. Everyone knows we're back, whether we like it or not. All right. We got everything. Think. Okay. No. Oh, there's Tina. I'm sorry. I just sent you a message. We're breaking up. You can't have that. Could you check our audio? Someone's. If we're breaking up, I need to change that. It wasn't that way when I did the test. So I need to know what it sounds like. So I can fix it. Oh, we are breaking up. I'll fix that. Okay. So I'll fix that. Hold on. Just hang in there. I'm going to fix it. Doesn't sound like that. That's probably what it sounds like. I'm going to fix that. Let's see which one is this here. Only one of them. Hold on. I got to turn the compression or the noise. Okay, try it now. Hopefully we don't break up now. I'm hoping that this fixes the issue. See, on this end, we don't get to hear that, and so I can't tell because it won't feed me the sounds as it feeds it as it's going through. It doesn't feed it. I wish it would feed it. I wish I could hear what it sounds like after the compressor and after the noise gate. It doesn't do that. So hopefully you can hear. Good. There we go. Okay, good. Is it still breaking up bad? Let me know. You can hear. Good. There we go. All right. And I don't hear a lot of noise either, right? Okay, good. All right. Whew. All right. So we're back. We're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to do what we got to do and sound like we got to sound. And we're gonna have a makeup class for last week because we had to shut down for some reason. I don't know what happened last week. I just know that it shut down and I had to redo everything. I did it yesterday before the show, or I did it yesterday. So I had it freshly in my mind. So hopefully it doesn't do that again. Echo. There shouldn't be an echo. Oh, come on. Is there really an echo? Did you hear an echo? I didn't hear an echo.
Maybe it was echoing because I had the.
Oh, it was probably echoing because she held it up to her while she was listening to it. She held her phone up and the microphone picked it up and echoed it. So that could be what you heard. So hopefully it's not echoing now. All right. Let us know if she is echoing.
Yeah.
Just, because we can't really hear it in here. I'm trying to figure out a way I can actually hear it in here without it echoing.
Right.
I guess if we had our earphones on and didn't have our microphones on, we would know. But anyway, where do I want to start?
Stop moving.
Stop moving. I'll put a mannequin in my place. They won't know it's not me. All right, so here's where we are. How come your light needs on? I'm gonna need to turn this on because you're really dark. Let's see. There you go. There. You're
Every time you turn that on, I feel like there's a headlight looking at me.
Yeah, I'm gonna redo this whole studio. Little by little, I've redone some of the stuff. I've redone your backdrop. My backdrop is similar. I'm gonna get paint. Green paint coming up. So I will have to paint that and the one here, this one right here.
Oh, okay.
So I gotta have time to do that.
Hello, Ann.
Where's she at? Hey.
In the chat room.
All right. So tonight we got a special treat, which you haven't even seen it.
No, I have not.
This is a promo that's going to be released in about 2 weeks. I'm going to let you see it 2 weeks early. So it's a promo for my return to wrestling. And I really am curious what people are thinking. We'll think about this. So, and I'll give some backstory maybe later on when we do that. First thing we're going to do is talk about. Hi there. We'll talk about the birthday girl. Here's the birthday girl. Hey, birthday girl, come here. Come here. Come here. I'm saying come here. I'm going to give you something, birthday girl. It's a birthday girl today. In fact, the picture of the week is...
Cheyenne.
Hold on here. Picture of the week.
Cheyenne.
Yeah, they can't see her because I don't have that set up there.
Yeah, no. I was trying to get her up here, and then I was going to pop her over here.
Okay, so here is the picture of the week. Hi, I'm Cheyenne, and it's my birthday. So I kind of thought that was cute. And it is her official birthday of, not when I got her, but of her actual birthday. So, yeah, there's the girl, and she's, wait a minute, is she on the screen?
You might have to turn up there a little bit.
There she is.
There she is.
There's the birthday girl.
There she is.
So, we got the girl, and she's really happy to be there.
Making your birthday appearance, huh?
She's a
Gotta
sweetheart.
Make your birthday appearance.
She's a good girl, and she just makes my life so much happier because I get to see her every day, and love to see her little smile and her pesky smile.
Oh, I stopped. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So sorry.
How dare you?
I'm so sorry.
So anyway, all right. Okay, so where should we start? I hate to admit what I'm going to admit, so don't laugh at me too hard. Oh, you don't know what I'm going to say, do you?
No. Well, you said not to laugh at you, so I had to laugh at you.
It's going to be the most unlikely thing for me to say. I saw a movie this weekend.
What?
No, that's not the most unlikely thing. What's the most unlikely movie you would expect me to see?
I don't know.
I complained about this movie left and right. Let's see if anybody knows.
The Barbie movie.
That's it. I saw the Barbie movie.
Got it.
You know what? I hate to admit it. I really don't want to admit what I'm going to admit. I liked it.
Really?
I did.
I have not seen it yet.
I did like it. It was good. It was.
It's on what?
It's on Cinemax, or it's on Max.
Max.
Yeah.
I think I have Max, but I'm not 100% sure.
And it really was actually entertaining.
Really?
It really was entertaining. Just it's hard to believe I actually liked this movie. I busted this movie really bad because I just couldn't see me enjoying that movie, but I actually did it. See, the problem is Margot Kidder was in it. Mm-hmm. I mean, she was Harley Quinn, so how could she be Barbie?
Right.
She shouldn't be Barbie, but she played Barbie really well. And I gotta say, it was entertaining. It was awesome. I mean, not awesome. It was good, but I don't know if it's $1 billion worth good.
Right.
That movie made $1 billion.
Really?
$1 billion. I mean, that was unheard of. It's never. I don't think it's ever been that quick that any movie made $1 billion. But you know, the thing is, when you think about it, when they make movies, the majority of the movies that make money are Avenger movies and superhero movies and stuff like that, never catering to women or girls, little
Right.
girls. This movie catered to girls, and girls were all over this movie, and they saw it a couple times each. So,
I think that's on somewhere else, though.
what's that?
The Barbie movie.
What do you mean?
I think it's playing on somewhere else besides Max.
I don't know. I know that it's playing Max. So, but it was really actually entertaining. And so, if you are into, if you're into that, it doesn't matter if you're into it. I'll tell you what. If you like Margot Kidder and Ryan Gosling, I really couldn't understand him playing in that movie because it just didn't seem like a part he would do. But he did it really well. And Margot Kidder did it really well. I really liked what she did with that movie. And it wasn't even a kid's movie. It was really kind of an adult movie because there was a lot of adult things in that movie and things that you wouldn't understand if you were a kid. Like, for instance, there's a spot, you know, when you look at Barbie's feet, how are they shaped? She's wearing heels.
Yeah.
Well, in this movie, she took off her shoes and her feet were still up and she was walking like they were there, like she had heels on. It was funny. It was just really, it was really good. It was little ironic stuff. Or I'm sorry, Margot Robbie. That's right. Who am I thinking of? It was Harley Quinn. Except Margot didn't get nominated, but the guy who played the Ken did. Really? I didn't know that. Okay. Well, that's sad because she really did do a good job, because being the Harley Quinn, I expected the evil, but you know Barbie's not evil. She's anything but evil. She's very happy and generic and all that stuff. But the way they did that movie, and Will Ferrell was also in that movie, and I didn't know he was in that movie. Would you stop it? I know it's your birthday. It's my birthday too. Da, 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 da. I know it's your birthday. Let me see what I can't give you anything to keep you really busy because this is all I got left. See? Yeah, you're not going to be real happy. I'm not going to give you a ton of stuff because this is a bad precedent. So, this is it. This is it, okay? I know it's your birthday.
I really thought it was streaming on something else, but maybe I was wrong.
But anyway, John Cena was in that? I don't remember seeing Cena. I'm going to have to look for him again. I didn't think he was in that. But it was really, unless he was snubbed too. It was really weird to see that movie because...
John Cena was Ken.
No.
One of the Kens.
What?
Yes, it was. Yes, he was, because it says right here, John Cena, and underneath him it says Ken.
Well, all the guys were named Ken except for one other guy, so that was funny, and most of them were he played the Mermaid Man. Oh, I'll have to look at. Now I'm gonna have to watch it again just to see that. It was actually okay. It was okay. It was really actually very entertaining. So I liked the fact that it was entertaining, and it was it actually kept me engaged for a while.
Good.
So I also got my Cinemax back, or my Max back, because I haven't had, ever since Max bought HBO and they went to the Max platform, I couldn't log on. Mm-hmm. So I've lost 3 or 4 months of Max because their app didn't work right, and I was on the phone with Comcast for like an hour once trying to get it resolved, and I couldn't get it resolved, and I said, look, I'll just cancel that. And I was on the phone with them, or I was on the phone with them, and I was on the phone with on the internet with Cinemax trying to get it resolved, and nobody could help me. Mm-hmm. Well, I finally fixed it myself somehow. Well, the way I fixed it with myself was I changed email addresses.
Gotcha.
And it worked. I don't know why, but it worked. So
interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was stupid, but now I got it back.
Well, I'll watch it on Friday.
Yeah, it was good. It was definitely good. All right. So that was the first thing I wanted to talk about, was that, because that was something nobody expects me to say. I watched Barbie, because I said I wasn't going to watch Barbie, and then I ended up watching Barbie anyway. Because I went and opened my big mouth and I said, let's watch a movie.
I was going to say, what made you watch it?
I said I was trying to be a good guy, and I let her pick the movie, and she goes, I don't even know what's out. I said, well, I mean, there's things like Barbie, and there's this and that, and I started naming movies, and of course she picked up the Barbie.
Of course.
And I couldn't say no then, because I told her she could watch whatever movie she wanted. But I don't regret it, because it was a good movie. It sadly was a good movie. I want to hate it, but I can't, because it was actually pretty entertaining. And that's all you can ask for a movie. No, stop. No more.
All right. I think on Friday I'll pay for Max, and
you don't have to pay for Max. Just come over here early one day and watch it. You know, you don't have to buy Max.
I don't pay for it anyway, so.
Well, they had I think Max is included in my package of what I'm buying from Xfinity. So, but it really.
Technically, he'll end up.
And you could actually rent it too from online too. You can rent it from Google.
Okay.
And I have ways of finding things that.
Or I could just tell him, hey, I want to watch this, but he'll be okay.
And then just say, and I won't make you watch it with me because it already.
Or I should put him. I'll put him through the punishment. Hey, I want to watch a movie with you. Okay, we're watching this movie.
He'll say no way. If he's any kind of man, he'll say no way, just like I was going to say.
He'll really do about anything to make me happy.
Well, tell him that I thought it was. I hated to admit that I liked it. It was, But anyway, all right.
Wait,
Oh, wait.
I was gonna say, did you even have me on at all?
Your opinions doesn't matter. I forgot to hit your button.
Because I was gonna ask you.
I didn't see. I'm not listening. I should, if I had, I want to get better earphones that I don't have to hold them. I don't have to wear a full headset, but I don't want to. I got to have, I can do this, but sorry. I got to give you your own button that you can just turn it on and off.
Yeah.
Then if you don't remember to turn it off, we're in the opposite problem. So. All right. Chopping up again. You took me
to see Deadpool, which I actually did like.
Yes, that was, oh wow, that was a long time ago. Yeah, there's a new Deadpool that's coming out this year, I think, or else it's next year.
There's quite a few good movies coming out this year that I do want to see. Don't ask me the names of them right now.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I used to know every movie that was coming out, and I don't now. Okay, all right, let's see.
Let me just check our stream just to make sure.
All right, here we go. Okay, this is where we crashed. So I'm going to do this again because I don't think we actually got to do this one. So I talked about last week, I started talking about Natasha Leggero. She, there's a comedian out there called Bert Kreischer. And Bert Kreischer is this heavyset guy who...
No, yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay. He's a heavyset guy that tends to do his set, for lack of a better word, topless. He doesn't wear a shirt. And he should be wearing a shirt because he's really fat and he's not something to look at. Anyway, he does his thing topless, and I'm guessing that's what inspired her to do her set topless. So she did her set topless, and it raised a lot of eyebrows. I mean, she's not a bad-looking girl, and she just decided she was going to, the act was in response to fellow funny man Bert Kreischer, who did that set that involved him ripping off his top. Leggero, 49, then took the stage dressed in a white furry coat over denim overalls and proceeded to strip while throwing her coat into the crowd. The striptease elicited screams and applause from the stunned crowd. And holy crap, Kreischer, 51, yelled from the crowd before jokingly adding that he would have to start taking his pants off in order to beat Leggero's move. So, hey, I don't put anything past Kreischer because he's a shock comedian.
Right.
So, but he's funny, and actually, there was a movie out about his life, and nobody knew it was about his life except him. And it came out in the 90s, and it starred Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Before Ryan Reynolds was a big name, and I can't remember the name of the movie. Freaking A, I can't remember.
What is it?
Ryan Reynolds, and it was a movie in the 90s he was in. And it was about being in college, and it was actually about Bert Kreischer. So that's kind of funny, because who would have known that Bert Kreischer would have become such a big comedian? And it might have been. Are you looking at Ryan Reynolds movies? It was an early Ryan Reynolds, so.
There's 1993. There was the John Larroquette show.
Nope. Larroquette.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it was a movie.
15.
Nope.
That was in 91. Sabrina the Teenage Witch
Nope.
Person. He was in
These are
1996.
TV shows you're talking about there. I'm talking about a movie.
Okay, well that was all. They were all combined together. That's why.
Oh. Is that all you have?
No.
Did you look up his Wikipedia?
That's what I'm trying to get into right now.
I hope I'm right about that on him being in it, but I believe he was. Hold on, I will find. Why can't I remember that?
You said he played what?
He was in. It was a school movie where he was in a college. All right, that didn't work. Freaking A. Where is it? There it is. Okay. It might be under Bert Kreischer. But
these are films. So he was in Ordinary Magic.
Sure does not exist. What the?
Alarmist.
Nope.
This is coming soon.
Nope.
And Dick was the other one.
Are those the only movies that?
That was from 1983 to 1999. And you said Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah. Let me. Oh, should I put Ryan Gosling? I don't think it was Gosling. Let me see what movies he was in. It might have been Gosling, but I think it was Kreischer. Or I can't think of
Reynolds.
Reynolds, yeah. Let me look at Ryan's movies. Oh, doesn't have a listing of his movies. What? Why not? Should have.
On Ryan Reynolds' Wikipedia?
I'm looking at Gosling's.
Oh.
Just in case it was him. It was, what's the name of that show? It was
You said Ryan Gosling?
I'm looking at him, but I don't think it was him. I think it was Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds had some really weird movies in his early days.
Yeah.
And maybe it was before, maybe it was after that. Let's see here. Looking here just to be sure it wasn't him. No, it wasn't him. So let me look at Ryan Reynolds. Why can't I remember this? This just drives me crazy. This should be something I should know off the top of my head. Well, I mean, the thing is, I should know this because he was, all right. Oh, that's what you were looking at. There should be a breakdown of his movies on lower on the bottom. Unless they don't do that anymore.
For who?
For any? Oh, they don't.
No, I was for Ryan.
They don't. They used to have a chart. They used to have a chart.
Yes, I was just looking at Ryan Reynolds. That's how.
Yeah, I'm looking at him now. I was just trying to remember.
I just had his up there.
Yeah, it's this one here. Maybe it was later than I thought. Maybe it was early 2000s. Oh, what the freaking A? Can't remember the name of it.
I found Ryan Gosling movies.
I don't know. Alexa, what was the movie that was based on Bert Kreischer?
I know about 6 Bert Kreischer movies, and they are The Machine, which is based on Comedy Routine by Bert Kreischer, Earbuds, the podcasting documentary, History of the Joke, Surviving the Holidays with Louis Black, Bert, and Alpha Male.
It's neither of those. I'll remember it. Anyway, all right, so that's why she stripped, because Bert Kreischer takes his shirt off. He did a movie, I saw the movie that he did that was The Machine. That was a funny movie. That was a recent movie, and that was about him going to Russia and becoming friends with the Russian mafia. It was really funny. It's based on a true story too, but it wasn't that movie. It was a movie it was based on him, and I could swear that was
Ryan Reynolds. Van Wilder was
Van Wilder. That's it. That's the one.
Was inspired by Burt Kreischer's Wild College Life.
Yep. That's what it was. So anyway.
You're welcome.
Where'd you find that?
I looked at Yahoo and I typed in movies based off of what you said, Burt Kreischer.
Yeah.
And it came up, the first one, Ryan Reynolds, Van Wilder.
That's it. I couldn't remember, and that's why I can't remember, because Van Wilder, I don't think of that. I think of something else, and I don't know. Anyway, all right, so that's the answer to that. I swear, when I made what? Your feed is frozen. Doesn't look like it's frozen on our end, and I have a copy of the chat room going, so it's on your end. Well, there's about a 30-second delay between when I talk and when you get it. That's how I know whether or not we're frozen, because if I'm still talking or looking up at the screen when I'm looking up at the screen, or anyway. All right. So that's the story on why she took her top off. So, and I got to say, that's a bold move for a 49-year-old girl. I don't know that if I was a 49-year-old girl, I would have the guts to do that. Make that any age girl that isn't a stripper. Anyway, so did you watch Ted, the movie?
Yes, but it's been quite a while.
Okay. Did you see Ted 1 and Ted 2?
Like I said, yes, but it's been quite a while.
Did you know that Peacock Network has a Ted series?
No.
That is so funny, because they take him, you know, Ted takes the main character, Wahlberg, when he's an adult.
Right.
They did this TV show based on when he was a kid, when he was in high school. So Ted is younger, and of course, the kid is high school age.
National Lampoon's Van Wilder movie was in 2002.
Oh, it was later than I thought then. I thought it was the 90s. Okay. All right. I thought it was pre-Pam. I thought it was before I met her.
Right.
Okay, so that was after. Okay. That makes some sense. That could be why we weren't finding it.
Because it came right up on across the things, because I went back and looked at them and looked underneath his movies, and it 2002.
Okay. Well, that makes sense as to why it wasn't showing up when I was thinking it was. Anyway, Ted. So...
Sorry, I didn't mean to...
It's funny because the Ted of this series is only like 6 episodes, and it takes you through when Ted's owner, I can't remember his name when he was, who the kid was, but it takes him to high school, and his teddy bear is coming to high school with him too, and they got in trouble with the police, and the police said, do you have your parents' phone number? And he goes, my parents are out of town, they can't be reached. And then Ted goes, and I'm a teddy bear who just miraculously turned into a live being, so I don't have any parents. And it's really, really obnoxious, and really, it's my kind of show. It's kind of crazy, and there's a lot of swearing and cussing and all that stuff in it, but I like the show. So, yeah, I would say if you don't have Peacock, you should get Peacock, because
I have Peacock.
It's worth watching. And I'm also watching The New Girl, which I don't know if I mentioned or not.
Yes. I started watching it, and then I stopped.
Did you watch episode 1?
I started watching that one, and then I stopped.
Okay, that's the only one that really matters, because that's the one I'm stealing information from.
I saw that first part where you said about
Yes.
the whole pillow thing. I saw that.
That's the important part. You don't have to watch any of the rest of it.
And then I saw where she kept crying, kept watching over the one movie. I can't even think of the movie.
I don't know. It was I just think it's funny because my vignette on my backstory is basically that show. Is that episode, that scene from that show. Can you see that? Can you see me doing that? Walking in, hoping to surprise my girlfriend and taking my clothes off, like, you know, and then turning around and seeing her standing there with her lover. And it's funny because my friend Tina kept telling me, you got to see this show, you got to see this show. And when I watched it, that was the first episode I saw it. I'm like, oh, I see why she told me that. And I thought, well, that would be a good thing because we're talking, you know, it'll be kind of funny. So, and we had another read through on the script, and the script's coming together really well. I made a lot of changes, and we did 3 read-throughs now. So I want to change it. There's some things I want to change now, but it's all minor stuff now. It's really coming along really well. Next. Oh, here we go. Ted Star. Here it goes. The reason I brought up Ted was this article. Well, there was a reason I couldn't remember what it was. Ted Star was stressed over taking over Mark Wahlberg in series. I made no Bostonian. I hope. I made no Bostonians got angry, is what this kid actually does a really good job of playing the Mark Wahlberg part. And I think this show is so obnoxiously funny. But I mean, a lot of people won't like it because of the cursing and all that stuff. But, you know, Peacock has a lot of stuff that's really good. There's a lot of stuff that I'm watching, and I'm enjoying NBC stuff really a lot now.
I was trying to get caught up on the Traitors. I started watching my season.
What's the Traitors?
It's actually like it's a TV show on Peacock, and it's where there's a whole group of people that come in to this one castle in Scotland, and this guy picks out like 3 traitors. The first
traitors as in turning their back, or traitors as in I'll give you this for this?
No, turning your back.
Okay.
So they're all faithfuls to start out, and then what they sit at a table called a round table, and he picks out 3 people to be traitors. If at the end of the game, if there's a traitor left, they take the money and split the money that they have won, that they rack up through missions. If they're all faithfuls, then all the faithfuls split.
Okay.
So there's now a season 2 of it. Season 2 is now working on going through that. It's out, and there's like 5 episodes out. So
wow.
I've already watched season 1. I'm now, as season 2 is coming out, I'm watching.
Okay.
I'll cut up on that.
Well, here is the boy that's playing Mark Wahlberg's part. He is doesn't look a lot like Mark Wahlberg, but he does a good job of playing that part. Now, this is a Seth MacFarlane series. Now, Seth MacFarlane does that Star Trek parody. It's called shoot, I can't remember what it's called. It's he has his own Star Trek parody. It's not Star Trek. It's their own show. Oh, freaking A. Alexa, what Seth MacFarlane series is about space?
The show, which does not yet have a name, has been a lifelong ambition of MacFarlane.
It does have a name. All right, let's try it again. Alexa, what space series has Seth MacFarlane in, and it was on Netflix?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the Orville.
Orville.
American Science.
So, yeah, Orville was his. Okay, shut up.
Ed Mercer, an officer in the Planetary Union's line of exploratory space vessels in the 25th century.
She listens real well to you.
Yeah, well, lately she's got an attitude. Yeah, the Orville. So basically, it just is. Yeah. Oh, actually, Amy Sue answered it quicker than than Alexa, and didn't keep talking instead of. I love that show, but he also did a lot of the. He does a lot of spoof stuff, like Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
He did some stuff. I think he did a bunch of animated stuff, but he's really good about. But he is the Ted guy.
Okay.
He's the guy that created Ted. So he's got to be rolling in money right now. By the way,
He does.
he's got a lot of hits, and so I'm envious of him because he has a lot of good creative stuff. So all right. Oh, here we go. He did this kid did voiceovers for Family Guy, American Dad, The Cleveland Show, and I've been working with Seth in some capacity for 20 years. Jeez, that kid's 25? Holy cow, I never would have guessed that. So, if he wrote the contracts right, yeah, he did. He was smart about the things that he wrote up, and it's funny because the Orville keeps getting switched from. It was on. I don't know, 2 different stations.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was on Netflix, and then it was moved to Hulu, I think. So, anyway, all right. So anyway, the kid was so his biggest concern is being a replacement for Mark Wahlberg,
Right.
and didn't want to irritate the Northeastern people because it happens in the Northeast. This series, so you have to have that accent too. You have to have that Northeast accent, like pack the car. I used to have to do New England sales, so I had to deal with that. You had to know their culture and things you don't say is like you don't say anything bad about the Patriots or whatever, and you don't say anything bad about their baseball team or whatever. But if you just say good things about it, you get a lot of sales from them. So.
Can't say anything bad about Tom Brady.
That's never. Well, maybe now they will because, and they may about Belichick now too, because Belichick isn't up there either. I think.
No, I don't think so.
Anyway, what was my point? My point was if you like Ted, get Peacock and watch. They have the Ted's movies playing on there too, but you watch this TV series because it's pretty. If you like Ted, you'll like the TV series. So, TV series is outlandish, just like Ted, and just younger. Like the kids were making fun of him for bringing his teddy bear to class. Anyway. All right, next. Samantha Fox, who's that?
I have no idea.
You have no idea? You're supposed to know this. I rely on you to know this kind of stuff. I know who she is.
Hi, Christine Harding.
Hi, Christine. How you doing?
She says, hi, Mikey.
So, 80s pop star Samantha Fox arrested for alleged drunken scene on a plane.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
When you say drunk, that's a whole nother story.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Well, I sometimes people take and get that stuff to excess, and she was one of them. But I wonder where, she should be able to get her own flight. I would think, she had some pretty serious money back then. She may not now. I don't know what she's doing now, but she
It
had
takes less than a plane.
Yeah, if I had the kind of money, I'd charter a plane. It says Sam Fox, a 1980s pop legend, spent the night in jail after being arrested for an alleged drunken bust up on a plane. The model and pop star, she's 56. I keep thinking that these girls are like 20. I guess she's not 20 if she was an 80s pop star. let's see, was on British Airways flight to Munich when she allegedly got into a dispute with another passenger. The plane was on a runway ready for takeoff, but was turned around at London Heathrow after Fox kicked off. I don't know what that means. Its passengers had to get off and were put up in a hotel. They subsequently made the journey the next day. So, yeah, you don't want to, I mean, especially when you're out of your country, you don't want to get arrested.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's pretty. Police said the woman in her 50s was arrested on suspicion of being drunk on board an aircraft and bailed until March. What's that mean?
I don't know.
An aircraft and bailed until March. Okay, I don't know what that means. Fox said she's helping with an investigation and is deeply sorry for any disruption caused. Star was hit by tragedy in March last year when her sister Vanessa died suddenly following a heart attack at 50. Man, that's young. So the sisters were close. Ahead of her 2017 biography, Forever, Sam told how Vanessa saved her when her alcoholic dad, Pat, attacked her. So anyway, so she was arrested anyway for being drunk. Alcohol and I don't get along, so there's not too much that I can feel sorry about people that abuse alcohol.
I personally don't see a point in getting drunk that you don't know what you're doing or that you, I'm going to say, black out.
I know some people that were raging alcoholics. My grandfather was a bad alcoholic. My dad was an alcoholic up until one time he lost his temper and he swore off alcohol and actually basically quit overnight. And my cousin died of alcoholism, and I just never really got into it. It scared me enough at seeing them go through what they went through that the only time I really abused alcohol was when Pam died.
Right.
And that was only for a month, maybe.
Right. And I mean, I'm the same way with the, pills too, because I don't like taking pills to where I get so loopy, I'm going to say, that I don't know what I'm not able to hold a conversation. I may not remember some of it, yes, but I can remember bits and pieces or whatever. But even at that part, I won't take any if I'm alone by myself. I will wait till somebody else is with me to take medication like that, or I'll make myself around somebody else that I can trust, so that if I happen to, because maybe I'm afraid of falling or something, because I know how they make me feel, even if they don't make me completely loopy, but a little bit. I'm just paranoid, and I was like that my whole entire life.
Me too. And Amy Sue says that it means that she has to reappear in court in March. She's out on bail.
Gotcha.
So that's what that meant.
And it was even more so when I was with Kylie and I would get pain pills. I would suffer through the pain until Rich or somebody either somebody took Kylie, or that I was with other people that could help me watch her.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't take them while I was watching her alone. I would suffer through the pain because I didn't want to happen to fall asleep and something happened to her. That was one thing I was paranoid about.
I'm a control freak when it comes to my awareness. I won't take anything that makes me I never did pot because I needed to be in control of my mind. I do take some medical marijuana to sleep, one pill a night, but that's only for sleeping.
Right.
And, I really, like, when my friends would have parties, and when I was going through college, we had a lot of parties. And I was the only one that was there that was sober. Like, everybody was drunk out of their brain, but I can't do that. I just need to be in control.
I don't either. I don't see the point. And I also don't see the point of making yourself sick so much that you either have a headache the next day, making yourself sick. I hate getting sick.
I got the bed spins once.
I mean,
I drank so much that night. I went to bed and I was laying there, and all of a sudden the bed started spinning. I don't think it was the alcohol. I think the bed actually did spin. I'm pretty sure it was the bed.
But like, that's, to me, I don't see, like, people do it and then they keep on doing it.
Yes.
Why? What is the fun in that?
I don't know. I've got a lot of alcoholic. Well, I don't have a lot of alcoholic friends now. I did when I was going to school, and when I even actually being in bands and stuff. Most of the bands I was in, everybody drank but me.
And I mean, people say, "Oh, it takes the pain away," or "It takes the pain away for that," but it takes the pain away for that moment.
Yeah.
And then you redo it again because you keep doing it because it takes the pain's not going to go away until you deal with whatever it is.
See, but you're just a rarity because you've seen what you've seen in your life. Not everyone is like that. And same with me. Not everyone is like that. And I dealt with food as my addiction. No, it didn't get me drunk. No, but it did help the pain disappear while I was eating.
Right.
And I am glad that I'm through whatever I was going through, that I'm actually at a reasonable weight. It's at the first time in my life. And I'm happy about that. So we'll see what happens next, but certainly got a lot of irons in the fire.
Right.
So, all right, next. Ron Howard told Happy Days producers that he'd leave the show if they changed the name to Fonzie's Happy Days. Well, keep in mind that Happy Days, Fonzie was supposed to be a minor character, and he all of a sudden became the most popular character and drove that show. And so it was only natural.
Thank you, Amy Sue. Thank you. She gives me 3. I get it.
Yeah. And it only made sense to possibly give him the reins, because little by little, everybody was leaving the show anyway. I mean, like, Ron Howard did leave the show. I guess, plus they killed off the oldest brother. Ron Howard's brother, I can't remember his name, but the oldest brother disappeared after the first season. He went to college and he never came back, and they never spoke about him again.
On Happy Days?
Yeah. It was just funny because they introduced him, and he went to college and he never came back. And I can't remember his name.
Richie?
No, Richie was Ron Howard's character.
Chuck
was the one. Yeah. So Chuck was on the first season, but he went to, he was just someone that they never spoke about again. And you wonder why. Wonder what happened to Chuck.
Who knows? Guess we'll just have to wander.
They didn't even address it, but says here, Ron Howard nearly left Happy Days after Henry Winkler's popularity changed the course of the show. Howard almost quit when producers floated the idea of calling the show Fonzie's Happy Days in an effort to capitalize on fans' love for Winkler's character. Actually, I saw a show last night. No, it was actually New Girl. He was on New Girl as one of the parents of one of the characters.
Interesting.
And I only saw him on there once, but it's interesting. And he also was on that show Barry that was on HBO. He was an acting teacher, an acting coach, and he was actually one of the main characters on that show. It's funny. because you're used to seeing him as Fonzie.
Right.
But he was actually, one of his first movie roles was as a wrestler, a pro wrestler. The one and only, I think is what it was called. I saw that, I thought, wow, and he was believable in that. He was trying to make his way in a pro wrestling thing, and I loved that movie. So that was kind of funny too. All right, let's see here. So that's that. Okay, so that's that. Oh, wow, how did I get to this? I didn't go there. Okay.
It's going to make you ask questions. That's how you got there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember, it likes to pop things up. It
wants me to read other things other than what's in my notes. Next story. Oh, okay.
I'm looking through my bag to find a red pen, okay?
I see something better than a red pen.
I know. I was going to share some with you. I was going to share some with you. Here.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
She knows the way to my heart is peanut butter. And we got Reese's. What are these? Reese's?
Ghost.
Ghost?
White chocolate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm searching through my bag for my red pen to get ready for our later discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I have it in here, and I happen to see something in my bag. And I'm like, wait, what is it? And then I realize what it is. It is my boyfriend's keys. I hope he doesn't have to go anywhere.
Wow. Well, that'll make it real. How do you end up with his keys?
So he helped me in when I got back from. He got off work and he helped me back in from my therapy today. And he likes to throw his stuff in my bag because he carries it. Now he carries up my bag. He carries up my bag. I just forgot to take them out because I didn't see them. They got buried in my bag.
I don't know about you. All right. Next story. Did you ever watch Pawn Stars?
Yes.
All right. You know who Rick Harrison is then?
Yes.
Did you know his son died?
Yes.
He overdosed on fentanyl.
I didn't know what he died from, but I knew he...
You know, Pam was on a ton of fentanyl. And I didn't like her on that because that was as bad as drinking. I mean, she would start acting really strange on fentanyl.
Well, so a couple weeks ago, my boyfriend's daughter was at the hospital. She was having some abdominal pain. They first gave her some Tylenol. Then they gave her some shot of Toradol. Then they gave her an
Toradol usually works for me.
Yeah. Then they gave her an Oxy, and then all that still hadn't helped. So they gave her a low dose of fentanyl. But how they had to do it is they had to put her in so in the emergency room they had her in like a chair where they can kind of I don't want to say it, where they can kind of do what they need to do, but it's not the actual hospital. It was
okay.
in the hospital, where they can kind of come see you, but not. They didn't
it's
actually
like
have a room.
Care.
Yeah,
it's like an urgent care where they have a spot for you, and they
right.
Okay.
Well, to do the fentanyl, they had to go take her into the actual hospital. They gave her the low dose, and then they had to sit there and watch her. They had to watch her for about 10 to 15 minutes before she could leave. So, but, I mean...
I told you about my interaction with fentanyl, right?
I don't think so.
Pam gave me a fentanyl patch.
Oh, yeah, and then you went driving and you had to... Yeah,
and it was like,
okay.
I felt really weird, and I couldn't understand what was going on, and all of a sudden I had to pull over because I would have been in serious trouble. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting at the side of the road saying, what is going on? Why am I feeling this? Because I don't, like I said, I need control.
Right.
It was the fentanyl patch. I tore the fentanyl patch off, and I sat back and laid back for like 15 minutes, and then I felt back to normal. That stuff is really powerful. And she was on those all the time. I don't know how she survived all that time because, that stuff is dangerous. And I don't like the fact that she was able to get that stuff while we weren't in the hospital, because that stuff is really powerful. It's no wonder people are dying of fentanyl overdoses all the time. That's what happened to him. Now, first off, he looks like his dad.
Oh, absolutely.
That's not Corey.
Right.
This is another brother, another son. Says here, Rick Harrison's son tragically died from overdosing on fentanyl. The Pawn Stars star, through his rep, tells TMZ, yes, I can confirm Adam died from fentanyl overdose. The fentanyl crisis in this country must be taken more seriously. It is. It's really serious because it's what Christine says, my husband had those. I had no idea for his back.
The fentanyl patches.
Yeah. I mean, those things are really, really strong. I will never take them like that again. I learned my lesson that one day because I could have killed somebody. I mean, I would have killed somebody if I had kept trying to drive. And it was just that dangerous that I had no clue what was going on. All I know is that I was out of control and I had to pull over. And I'm thankful that I did because it was messed up. I was about 50 minutes away from home, and I couldn't have driven home. I couldn't have driven to my destination.
But at least you realized what it was, and you took care of it as soon as it happened.
It took me a while,
but
because I couldn't figure out why I was feeling that way. I thought, did I eat something? What was going on? But those fentanyl patches, I hear all the time. We talk about it on the time, regular time frame that people have died a lot from fentanyl, and those are nasty things. They do work. I didn't feel any pain.
Right.
But I also couldn't control anything, and they should keep that stuff to the hospitals where they can control and monitor it. They should not let people take that home. And like I said, Pam was on those and regularly would change those out, and I just hate it that she was on that stuff because
I used to work with people, and so they got charged because what they were doing was, and I don't know what drugs they were, but they were writing scripts. They had gotten like a script pad from the doctor's office and were writing scripts for like pills and either taking them, snorting them, or whatever. But it wasn't like, and like they were going and saying, okay, here, my doctor said I need this.
Well, they verify that stuff now. They actually are pretty, you can get in a
This was years ago. And I mean, I never hung around them when they were doing it. I only saw it through the news or whatever. And I was like, ooh, I used to work with those people. But I mean, it's like, yeah, they verify it now, and it's good that they do.
They smoke the patches too. What? Wow. I don't get it. I mean, I didn't like the feeling one bit. I just felt really, I had no control of things, and that made me scared. I don't like like that. I like knowing that if I make a decision, I'm going to stand by my decision, whether it's right or wrong. And I don't want to use any excuses for my actions. If I screw up, I screw up. But this is a decision that you don't have a second chance of screwing up. You know, and that's sad. It's really, really sad because he was a young kid. I mean, I don't know how old was he? He was, let's see. He died from a fentanyl overdose at the time, and the circumstances of death were unclear. And he was never on the show because he didn't want to be on the show. But Adam was one of his 3 kids. His second son with his first wife, Kim. He's been off the radar because he chose not to appear in any of the episodes. So, yeah, it's just really, really sad. I mean, I figure he's probably in his 30s, maybe. I would think he was in his 30s. Says he died. Let's see if we can get a 39. 39. It's really sad. Oh, yeah. That's really too young. I mean, if he died from a car accident, okay. But if he died from fentanyl overdose,
right?
And you know, the drug companies are being like, I'm in a lawsuit right now with the drug companies, and I probably won't get anything for it, but I'm suing. It's a class action anyway, but I'm suing the drug companies. Purdue is one of the people that are one of the companies, and it had to do with opioids.
Right.
And I'm suing them on the behalf of her, of Penny.
Right.
I don't expect to get anything from it, but the more I can make their lives miserable, the happier I'll be.
Right.
Because they really, they used the system to help them when she went in the hospital and almost died. For the last 12 years of her life, it's the only thing I have is to live to see them. I mean, not that they don't suffer. Those people don't have a conscience of any kind because they still work for the company. But the fact that they still are around, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
If you want to turn me off for a second, I'm going to go call him and let him know that I have his keys, so he's not.
All right. Go ahead. All right, next thing. For those of you that are playing at home, Royal Rumble is this weekend. And it was a really decent Royal Rumble. And if you are into wrestling, you'll want to hear, if you didn't see it. You should have seen it if you have Peacock, because why wouldn't you have Peacock? You can get all the wrestling events of WWE on Peacock, unless they're going to change that. Now, they are going to make some major changes in the next I think next year they're going to have a big change. So, but for now, they're definitely going to, you can get all your pay-per-views on Peacock and all that for just having Peacock Network. So, and that's a lot cheaper, because like before, yeah, that is addiction. Before Peacock, the wrestling events were like up in $40, $50, $60 a pay-per-view, and you don't have to pay that if you got Peacock. You do have to pay that if you're trying to get AEW, but you don't have to pay that if you're going to get WWE, at least not now, and hasn't been for a while. But the Royal Rumble was, like I said, this past weekend, and it was pretty good. They had five matches. They had the men's Royal Rumble match, the women's Royal Rumble, Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens, and Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles versus LA Knight versus Orton. Well, that's only 4 matches. I thought there were 5. Anyway, it was pretty good. The Kevin Owens Logan Paul match was interesting. Hey, Jen, how you doing? I'm talking about Royal Rumble. The Logan Paul match versus Kevin Owens. Logan Paul has the belt. Kevin Owens was challenging for the belt. Logan Paul had someone pass him brass knuckles. He went to hit Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens took the brass knuckles from him and then put him on and knocked him out. And then the ref caught Kevin Owens with the brass knuckles and disqualified him. Therefore, Logan Paul kept the belt. Women's Royal Rumble, Bayley won the Royal Rumble. And that was really kind of a surprise. They actually had the TNA champion on their Royal Rumble too, showing up with the TNA belt. And I was like, whoa, that's and that girl, I never saw her before. Her last name was Grace. I can't remember her first name, but she was freaking built like China. She had like some massive muscles on her. Never saw her before, but she looked like she could be an interesting person. I'm wondering if they signed her. I'm thinking they signed her. So that was interesting. They also had in the men's, Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles versus LA Knight versus Randy Orton. That was an interesting match. Roman Reigns won that, pinning AJ Styles, I think. That was an interesting match because I thought maybe that Reigns was finally going to drop the belt because they put 3 against 1. So I was pretty sure that was going to happen, but it didn't. And the men's Royal Rumble, the only thing that I can tell you is that the last two were Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, and those two are friends. And actually, if it's real, CM Punk tore his he tore his arm up, I think, in the match. So he's going to be out for a while. He just got back and he's already injured. So that's kind of sad.
Need some more?
Yeah, feed me. So those were, it was a pretty good, I liked the Royal Rumble. That's always been my favorite event of the year. So Cody Rhodes is getting his chance at a championship. It was really, that was fun. And I kind of guessed he was going to win. I kind of guessed, but when it was him and CM Punk, I was like, oh, geez, maybe he isn't going to win. And there was a short period of time when I thought, okay, CM Punk might just win, but I thought, no, they can't finish it this way. So I was right with my initial findings. So I think they're going to give Cody the belt. I think that they're going to finish the story because Dusty, his dad, never had the belt, never had any of the championship belts in WWE, and I think they're going to, that's what they say when they want to finish the story. They want to give Cody the belt because Dusty was really a very important part of the company for so many years. So that's all I want to say about WrestleMania. Or not WrestleMania, about the Royal Rumble. I always liked the Royal Rumble, though. Now we'll get into the nasty stuff.
Nasty stuff?
Yeah, there's some ugly things.
Uh-oh.
Vince McMahon's in the news again.
Okay.
So Vince McMahon is out of the WWE for good.
Okay.
He sold the company for $9 billion to TKO, and of that, he still has like $2 billion. 2 or 3, I don't remember what it is. But Vince McMahon has done some pretty shady things in his past. This tops it. Vince McMahon is out of the WWE after resigning from TKO amid sex abuse scandal. He's not going to come back from this. He's
fair warning you, there is an 11-year-old girl watching.
Okay. Well, I'll keep it in general terms.
Yes. Sorry.
Maybe I should do this a little later.
Sorry, I just kind of found out.
I'm glad you did tell me. Because
I just found out. She just asked me if when are we going to do the Super Bowl picks, because and I said, oh, are you watching?
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll finish this article and we'll do the Super Bowl picks. And then I don't really want to, because some of this stuff is pretty raw.
Okay.
And
she goes to bed at 8:30. She has to be
okay. So we'll do this just for her. We're going to do the Super Bowl picks just for her. Now, I want to give a disclaimer that I don't know anything about the Super Bowl. So I have not followed it. I don't know who's in it, and I'm going to find out.
Yeah, she has to start getting ready by 8:30 and in bed by 9.
Okay. So I don't have any idea who's in it. I'm going to have you tell me who's in it because I don't know. You had mentioned, do you want to do something? And I said, okay, we can do something. And I didn't know. You said, well, do you want to do
like picking and scores?
And score? And I'm like,
I thought you were following because last year you followed Tom Brady really well.
So
that's
he's not
why.
doing it. He's not in it. Why would I care? The only thing I care about is Christine Harding's going to be at the Super Bowl party in Vegas, and she's my only chance of going.
Gotcha.
But considering I haven't heard anything, I am assuming I'm not going, and because we're getting closer and closer to the date.
It's about
but still,
not quite 2 weeks away.
All right, so
more.
let's do this article here. Vince McMahon announced Friday he's stepping down from his position as executive chairman of the WWE parent company. TKO Group Holdings and sexual abuse scandal has rocked the wrestling world. According to Deadline, McMahon denied the allegations of a lawsuit that was first filed against him Thursday that accused him of sexual assault and trafficking. He's nevertheless resigning from the post. I stand by my prior statement that that he's guilty. So I'll leave it at that. So now let's talk about the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So who is in the Super Bowl this year?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
The Chiefs, okay.
And the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay. Do you have a favorite out of those?
I personally don't.
Oh, really? You don't have a...
I personally don't.
Okay.
But this will explain some things.
Okay.
I have an 11-year-old girl who does.
Okay, what does she want? What does she
She likes the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Yes.
Okay. So is that going to be your pick?
Well, that's partly why, but that's not my basis, no. I've watched both teams play.
Okay.
I watched these last 2 games that each team had to play.
Okay.
So to get here, the Chiefs had to play the Ravens.
We're gonna see, how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna start a sheet just so we have it
written. I have a notebook here. I'm writing it down too. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it here just so we have a copy somewhere. So MT is me.
Yep.
In case you were wondering.
Who else would it be?
It could be you.
Okay. In some fairy tale land.
Okay, so Ashley. Okay, so you're picking
the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So I should do it. Wait a minute. Let me do this again. So I'll put the Chiefs over here. And I have absolutely no clue what's going on. Absolutely no clue what's going on. And these are 49ers. So, 49 era. Okay. Close enough. All right, let's make that ers. All right.
But yes, the Chiefs played the Ravens and the 49ers beat the Detroit Lions to get where they are.
Okay. So I'm going to let you go first because you are you going to give?
I'll give you this. So, okay, the score for the Kansas City and the Baltimore game was 7. Kansas City had 17, Baltimore had 10. The San Francisco and Detroit Lions, San Francisco had 34, Detroit had 31.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that everything that I say, as far as football go, it's all guessing because I don't know any players or anything at all.
I'm trying to, So San Francisco has 12 wins and 5 losses.
Okay.
And the Chiefs have 11 wins and 6 losses.
Okay, so they're really close.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but I said I think the Chiefs are going to win it, and I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be 24-20.
Chiefs.
24 to the Chiefs and 20 to the 49ers.
How did you come up with that?
Just a guess. I think I think it's going to be a really good game. I think it's going to, be a really, I just really think it's going to be a really close, good game. And the funny thing is, my uncle is a 49ers fan. So.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say, how are we going to do this? Because, I guess there's going to be two things. We got to score.
Right. That's what I was trying to do. Like, maybe if we both pick the Chiefs, whoever's maybe closest to the score could do, like...
I'm going to pick the 49ers just because I don't care. I don't have a dog in the fight. Because it's not Tom Brady.
Right.
If it was Tom Brady, I'd have a fight.
Right.
I'm going to say, all right, so here's how it'll work.
Okay.
There's 5 scores.
Okay.
1 score is the team that wins.
Right.
1 score is if you're closer to the pin.
Okay.
Like if, say, the 49ers, or let's say the 49ers hit 20.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you hit the exact number, you get 2 points.
Oh, okay.
If you hit closest pin, closest, if it's 22, you only get 1.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or if I get 21 and you have 22, I get 1.
Okay.
So even if I'm fighting for the other team, I can still win off of your team.
Okay.
And you can win off mine.
Yeah.
2 points for the winning team.
Okay.
So if the Chiefs win, that's you're going to get 2 points automatically.
Okay.
If the 49ers win,
that's 2 points. Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully I remember this. All right. So you're looking at those. So I got to decide.
Okay.
What was the scores you said from the 49ers again?
Nope. Let me go back. From the playoff in the Lions game?
Yep.
It was 34-31.
I'm going to say, all right, this is a lot of pressure. I'm going to say 27 for the Chiefs.
Okay.
I'm going to say 30. So my game's going to be more exciting because there's going to be a lot of more turnovers. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I heard 4. So for the 49ers, my daughter just texted me, Chiefs are going to win in all capital letters.
If she wants to play, tell her to give me a number and she can play too. This is a brand new game. We've never done this before.
Give
like this.
Me a score. And you can play along. I mean, she's listening, so
if anybody in the chat room wants to play, that you can play as well. Just get me a score, and we'll put it on the spreadsheet.
But so in the Lions versus the 49ers. So at halftime, the Lions were winning. 49ers came
Let's
back.
add another one.
The 49ers came back to win it in the second half.
Let's do halftime. Let's do halftime. Let's do a halftime score. Let's add more points onto this. This couldn't be more confusing.
You're all about this now.
Well, I just like to make things interesting. Now, we have the Chiefs and the... So, you can decide, okay, this is the final score.
Okay.
Is here. So I'm going to... Let's insert a row.
Okay, I got Kylie's then.
So we got... Okay, so this will be... So we're going to do it. This is the final score.
Okay.
Final. Okay, and this will be halftime. So now we'll do. I like to make it fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
Okay, you said 2 points for who wins.
Yeah, I'm going to put
for team who wins.
Okay, I'm going to recap this. We're going to put it down at the bottom so I can't change it.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I was going to write it down too.
Okay, so we're going to have points. Points given. Okay, so here's what we got. Points. So we'll have final or winner. Winner gets 2 points. Okay. No, I'm going to change that. The winner gets 3 points.
Okay.
Oops. No, I just screwed it up. Now, here's why. There's a reason for my madness. This is just totally effed up. Okay. Halftime winner gets 2 points.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
Okay.
Oops, I spelled it wrong. Halftime. Halftime. By the way, I have not watched one single game. I want you to understand this. Going on.
If I lose on this after Kylie does not win this. Kylie, we gotta win this.
Okay.
Kylie, he cannot win on this. You understand this, child?
Okay, now. So that sounds... Okay, it makes it interesting. It really does make it interesting when we're doing this, because I want to make it fun, but yet I want to make it interesting. Why can't I make this? I should be able to change the... There we go. There we go. We should be able to change this now. Rats. You won't let me do it. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. How do you spell it? Is it K-Y?
K-Y-L-I-E, yeah. He will never win with me, a fellow Chiefs fan.
K-Y-L-I-E?
Yes.
All right. And if anybody wants to play, get your stuff in there.
So her final score would be the Chiefs 24. I don't know why she did that.
Chiefs 24.
And and she did...
Yeah, okay, fine.
She did the 49ers 14.
Okay. I was going to say we aren't allowed to duplicate, but we can duplicate. Because there's enough of a difference that may make the difference as to winning and losing. Okay, so now, we got that. That's the final. Halftime.
And she already sent me her halftime score. I'm still trying to decide.
I don't know. All right, you know what? I'm going to flop it around this time. I'm going to say the Chiefs are going to win the halftime because they're going to be 10. I don't know if it's be 10 or not, but they're going to be 10 versus 7. So my Chiefs are going to be behind. No, not my Chiefs. My
49ers?
49ers are going to be behind. That's it. Yeah. I don't know any of this stuff. All right, and then so I'm done. So so you can still win even if you lose some of the categories because there's enough categories.
Okay, you said halftime what?
10 and 7.
Chiefs is 10, 49ers 7?
Yeah. And then they're going to flip-flop for the final.
Okay, I'm going to throw a little difference in here.
Okay.
At halftime,
Yeah.
they're going to be tied 10-10.
Oh. Okay. That's good. And what did Kylie put?
She put halftime, the Chiefs are 14, the 49ers are 7.
Ooh. So you actually surprised me that you're actually saying at halftime they're tied. So that could be an interesting. Now, here's what happens. So if it comes, let's say halftime, it's 0 to 20. So 0 means that that me and Kylie get the points.
Okay.
1 point.
Okay.
If and what did I say, 20? So 20, she would get the second point, the other point.
Gotcha.
But if it was 7 to 20, we would get 2 points each.
Okay.
But she would get 3 on her 14. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I got to say, okay, so then I want to say 1 point for closest. So you can win your closest on a team that you're not betting on.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to make it so that we
make it fair.
So so that it is interesting too. Because if it's a squash, one person's going to win, and it's not going to be fun. We're making it so that I could win as the loser.
Right.
I may lose the Super Bowl, but I still may win.
It. Yeah.
For the closest score, and then 2 points if exact.
And mind you, my final score, so we're doing a Super Bowl poll at my physical therapy.
Okay.
My score is the same as there.
Oh.
So my final score here is the same as there. So I did it the same.
So if you have any, so you agree with these terms as I just placed them?
Yeah.
I think they're more than fair because
absolutely.
I have no clue how anybody's playing, but you really can't tell because these are two teams that have been. I mean, the 49ers are a legendary team, and Kansas City Chiefs, didn't they come in last year?
Yes.
So
and that's what Kylie said. So that's what Kylie said. She said that 24-14. She goes because Mahomes, which is the quarterback
she knows more about than I do.
Which is Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback for the Chiefs. Has been in 4 Super Bowls, and Brock Purdy has been in 1.
Jeez, how old is she?
11.
That girl knows too much for being 11.
I mean,
here I am. I'm a little older. I'm 12.
I mean, when I say she's a Chiefs fan, she's a Chiefs fan. Along with her stepbrother Damien, they're both Chiefs.
A Chiefs fan?
A Chiefs fan.
Oh, okay. I was going to say the Cheeseheads aren't in there this year.
No, they're Green Bay Packers. That's her dad.
So I think this will be interesting. We will have a really interesting play on this because, like I said, you could lose and still win the whole thing, or you could win and lose the whole thing. That's what makes it fun because you have a lot of chances to hit, and you two are the same score on one, and her and I are the same score on one, and you and I are the same score on one. So it could go any way. It could go any way, or you could be the winner but lose because of the other scores. That's fun.
I just texted her.
That's genius, by the way. I think that's genius.
Yeah, I just texted her. I said, "Do you understand the points and agree to them?"
Well, I mean, this is a total making up on the spot. That's why I said I didn't want to know ahead of time. I wanted to know because I was going to brainstorm this on the go. And I kept thinking, okay, let's make this more interesting. Let's do.
But it's nice to be able to sit here and kind of come up with that on the spot too, because that makes things, like you said, more interesting.
And it means I didn't think about this a whole lot.
You didn't sit and think, okay, how can I manipulate this to sound good so that I win?
Right, and I'm just in this for fun.
I'm not saying that you would do that, but I'm just saying.
I would do that. I'm telling you I would.
Well, yeah, I know that. That's why.
I don't like to lose.
Just like the death pool, no.
Well, the death pool, I can't manipulate that unless I go out in a killing spree there. So, all right, there's the official thing, and the points.
And the game is February 11th.
Okay. And this is not like this is not like whose line is it anyway? The points do matter in this.
Right.
And there's a lot of ways to win in this. I like the fact that there's a lot of ways to win in this.
So it is.
I want to make one more thing.
The Super Bowl is February 11th at 6:30. It
I just
is
thought of
on
one other way.
CBS. It's streaming on CBS or on TV on CBS. It's on Paramount, NFL Plus /NFL.com, and the NFL app is where it's streaming. But also Nickelodeon is doing something.
Nickelodeon?
Yes, Nickelodeon is also doing something in with the Super Bowl as well.
Okay, I got another idea for one last point. Let me think about this. This will be worth 3 points, 2 points, and 1 point. We'll make this worth 4 points. This next thing I'm going to say, and tell me if you don't agree with this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it says here, the Super Bowl, whatever the numbers are, is set to take place in Bikini Bottom. So it's with something like SpongeBob, with some of the biggest names from Nickelodeon calling the NFL Game of the Year.
I would watch that.
The NFL,
because that would be fun to me.
The NFL has partnered with CBS Sports and Nickelodeon to present a kids-focused Super Bowl event live on February 11th.
Here's my last idea for 4 points.
Okay.
4 points. That could make or break someone. Okay? Add up the columns. Whoever is closest to the real thing gets 4 points.
Okay.
So if you have, let's say, 64 points is what comes, that's the total of the Chiefs and 49ers final and halftime combined.
So you're looking at me at 64.
Yes. What do you think? I mean, that's crazy. And if they hit exact, we'll give them 8 points.
Okay.
This is fun. This is a fun way to do it. All right, so if let's see. So 4 points. Because you could be racking everything up and be off by 4 points in there. What if we have a tie?
You could be, like you said, you could.
I don't know if we could have a tie though, because
I don't think so.
Our numbers are really a lot different between all of us. So 4 points.
I think she might be getting ready for bed, so she might have
4 points.
Cut out.
Add
Should be okay.
the columns up to the real numbers. I really think this is going to be fun. Where's the number sign? There it is. Yeah. So that means, if they come back and it's 64, you get 8 points.
Okay.
It says 4 points.
So that would mean a bigger, higher scoring game than what we have.
Yeah, we're going to be screwed.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have I think I will probably, if it goes high, I'll probably win that.
Yeah.
Because I think I took, Yeah, I think I have the high ones.
Mm-hmm.
Do you oppose this then? Because I just came up with that off the fly. If it's a low-scoring game, Kylie would win.
Yeah.
No, you two are really close.
Yeah.
Because you're off by 7.
Mm-hmm.
Down by 4, 3. You got this is gonna be good. I don't know what's gonna happen here. This will be a good one though. I think it'll be good. Geez, and I like it because there's no way anybody would be able to come up with this. And I gotta say 8 if dead on. This makes me want to watch it.
Yeah, right?
Yes. This looks interesting to me. Yeah, I think this will make it. And I'll bet you.
Right, you said 8 if you're dead on. So what do you mean by that? So
yep, if the actual number is 64.
Okay.
Is that the one? Yeah. You would get 8 points. You would get 8 points instead of 4 points.
Okay.
And we all have different numbers, so everybody's different. The single numbers, we have similar numbers, but the whole complete thing going down, we're all at different numbers.
So the winner gets 3 points. So that's of the final, which is...
That's correct. That's the final score, which for me would be 27 to 30. So I'll get 3 points. But it'll be 6 points if I'm exact.
Okay.
Oh, I should put that in there. Is that what I said? I think that's what I said. Yeah.
So it's 6 points.
So you double it. It's double if you.
If the score ends at the 49ers 30 and the Chiefs 27.
Right.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to make sure that I understood.
I gotta actually.
Okay, that's what I tried to make sure because I was like, wait a minute, we don't
if-
have something if we were exactly, right on the money.
And the other one is 2 points or 4 points if dead on.
Right.
So I want to make sure that that's why I wanted to document it because I won't remember this next week anyway. Or whenever it is. When is it? The 8th, 9th?
11th.
11th. So we'll probably forget all about that this is even here and then we won't take scores and won't even remember to do it. So.
Okay, so 3.
All right, that's good. And with my vast knowledge of what was going on in this season, I have the best chance of winning. I don't know. Oh, I like this, though. I like this a lot. It's going to be cool. Oh, so I got to change this one. I need to change this to say... All right, so I'm going to change this one to say...
Nobody else put it in the chat what they're... I kept kind of going back to see.
This is awesome. I like this. This is awesome. And so I can delete this one now. So we're good. Okay. So that's our football poll or whatever you want to call it.
Our Super Bowl poll.
Yeah. That could be fun. I like it. I actually should have thought of this a long time ago because this is actually pretty good. I'm going to keep this for upcoming years too, so I know how to play it then, so I don't have to make it up every year. That's fun. That's good. That's going to make it interesting. So, all right, good. All right.
Now, Rich texted me, and I have to go looking here. He said he just posted something about Vix McMahon.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't want to talk about this till she's gone.
She's getting ready.
We can move on to this one. And so there is a Supergirl TV show, which is DC, not...
Right. Yes, I started...
And the Supergirl that was playing for the past 5 seasons or whatever wanted out of her contract. So she got out of her contract.
Okay. I see what he posted. Okay. It was something in regards to your story.
Yeah, and I can't continue my story yet till I know she's gone.
Here, I can
Okay.
ask him if he's.
I'll just do the rest of the. I've got a couple other news stories that are entertainment. We'll just circle back on after that, so I can get into more of the exact stuff that's going on. So anyway, the woman that played Supergirl decided she didn't want to do that anymore, so she was looking to get out of her contract. And she did get out of her contract, and so they were looking for a new Supergirl, and they found a new Supergirl. And the new Supergirl, her name is Millie Alcock. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, but it looks like it is.
She's went to bed.
Okay. So should I do this now, or should I do this after?
Whatever you want to.
I mean, because I'll. This girl was in House of Dragon.
Okay.
So the House of Dragon was the prequel to the Game of Thrones. Okay, so she was the original, or the actress that was in House of Dragon. So she's going to appear in the DC Studios version, or the new Supergirl. So that's kind of cool, because I hated to see Supergirl go, because I'm a geek. I like the Batmans, the Super, or the Robin, the Titans. Did you ever see the Titans? Titans are where Robin and all the younger generation.
I really was watching. The only show that I really watched and was trying to understand, and I had to ask, and I hate to say this, I had to ask my ex-husband what was going on a lot of the times, because I was watching it with him and I didn't really understand, so I was asking quite a bit of questions as to why this was happening, was The Flash.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So,
yeah, The Flash gets really... They just ended that show, too. They ended that show. They ended the Green Arrow show, which was sad.
A couple times they had, sometimes where they cross-platform those other shows.
The other dimensions.
Into in the one show. It kind of threw me off a little bit, because I was like, well, what's happening in that show that had to clasp? So then I had to go watch a few episodes of the other show to kind of see why it kind of crossed.
See, I like the way they did that. I like the fact that they brought the Green Arrow into the Flash show. They brought the Flash into the Supergirl show.
Right, but if you're not watching those other storylines too...
But it gets you to watch it. That's why they were doing it. They get you to, keep an eye on what's going on. So I really liked... let's see if they... Let's see.
I mean, I liked it too, but like I said, if you weren't watching those other storylines, you got lost a little bit.
I liked it, though. I liked the way they did it. I didn't like them killing off the Green Arrow. I didn't like... the thing they did with the Flash at the end was...
I don't think I ever finished watching The Flash.
Well, they just wrapped it up last year. So they did a thing where everybody... I think the Flash was still alive by the end of the thing. They had all the planets were in alignment, and everybody was getting along, and all that other stuff. So I don't really know what they're going to do with the new Supergirl, but I'm excited about it, because I like superhero movies, and I think or TV shows. It's fun to watch them because they have a lower budget than the movies, and they still tend to put together a pretty good show with that.
Right.
So anyway, so this is the new woman is Millie Alcock, or whatever, I guess that's AL. Yeah. Alcock, to play heroine in the James Gunn's DC movies. Warner Brothers Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, is taking flight with the House of Dragon star Millie Alcock. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed that she will star in the feature as Kara Zor-El, the cousin of Superman. Alcock screen tested for DC Studios bosses James Gunn and Peter Safran last week, and along with Meg Donnelly, who is also in contention for the role. The character is expected to appear in DC Studios' project or two before her solo adventure. It's unclear if the project will be in Gunn's Superman Legacy, which begins filming this spring. So we'll see what they do with it. Hopefully they, I mean, James Gunn, I've liked his work. He's usually, I'm pretty good with what he does, so I think it'll be pretty good. So she's gone, right?
Yes.
Okay. We'll go back to Vince McMahon now. Hugh watched Arrow. I loved Arrow. Arrow was a really well done. The reason I liked Green Arrow was that he was not a superhero with powers. He had technology on his side. And all he had was that stupid bow.
Right.
But he had all these different bows. And that was one of my favorite ones. I loved that show. And he went on to, when he left that show, he went on to become a wrestler on another show that he was doing. And he had 2 seasons, and they didn't renew it for the 3rd season, which is sad because I loved that show.
I like a lot of times when you see somebody from one show you're watching on a different show, and they're like the complete opposite. It's like, whoa.
Well, I really liked the wrestling show he did because he made it real. He made it. I didn't feel like I was watching. I didn't like the beginning of the show because it showed too much behind the scenes of a real wrestling organization.
Okay.
But I grew to like it because in the long run, it didn't matter. But in the short run, I thought it mattered. I don't really need people to know what goes on in the locker room.
Right.
I didn't need people to know that the bad guys and the good guys talk. I don't need people to know that because I think it makes the product look.
It kind of takes away from
the mystique.
Yeah.
So, so that was the thing I didn't like about it. But okay, let's go back to Vince McMahon. Let's try to bump through these. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 stories. I'll make them quick. So I told you about the situation. Well, Ronda Rousey chimed in. She said that Vince McMahon will have influence as long as the avatar Bruce Pritchard is there. Now, Bruce Pritchard was Vince McMahon's right-hand man, basically. So that was all she really wanted to say, is that, you may be maybe Vince will be gone, but his essence will still be there because Pritchard was a big piece of that puzzle. And so that's all this article was, just saying, not saying that Vince is guilty, not saying he is innocent, but saying that, don't worry, it'll still be the same WWE.
Right.
Now, the allegations.
Rich just said, this is what he posted. He goes, if Vince McMahon is really guilty of these disgusting charges brought against him, he should be arrested immediately, charged and convicted. He should spend the rest of his life rotting in jail. If that woman was my daughter, well, Facebook community standards won't let me post what I do to him.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, back to this. He's out amongst the scandal. Now, I don't know what I believe. I don't know if I can make because Vince is known to do things his way, and there's got to be some fact in what's going down. However, there's also people that like to pick up money where they can.
Right.
So there's the truth. There's he said, she said, and there's the truth. The truth is usually right in the middle somewhere. I'm not saying she's lying. I'm not saying he's hiding. I'm saying that it's probably, if it was as big of a deal as she says, it should have come up before this. And it may have. It may have. He may have paid her off. I don't know what the reason is. However, if this is indeed real, we're talking some worse than Bill Cosby stuff. Or just as bad as Bill Cosby stuff.
Or Jerry Sandusky.
Or, well, Sandusky was
pretty close.
Sandusky was probably the Well, I can't say who's worse because Bill Cosby was pretty nasty. But Bill Cosby, and I don't agree with anything he did, but the era of Bill Cosby, the drugging people, happened a lot, and it wasn't just Bill Cosby. It happened to a lot of people in that era. And that doesn't mean he was right. It means he was wrong, but it means that it happened a lot more than people realize. So here's the deal.
You just got to watch more than what, watch your back more.
Well, yeah. Well, okay, here is what was revealed or told in this situation. And again, I would like to say I don't believe it, but I tend to believe that because what she's saying doesn't sound
too far off.
It sounds like it sounds far-fetched to a certain degree, but
it also sounds convincing at the same time.
It sounds like it could have happened. And freaking A, twice now I've done that. Won't let me grab the. Got these things hiding in the back. Okay. And I feel sad that would actually be a problem because, okay, so there's the picture of her. So she was a lot younger than I thought she was too. So, okay, there we go, that's that. And like I said, it saddens me that this is even coming up because, I mean, he is the person that made wrestling what it is today. And if it is true, I just hope it's not true, but I really won't. I really think there's some truth to what is being. It wouldn't have gone this far if there wasn't some truth to this, and it's probably all true, but we don't know that. So they call it sexual slavery. So here is the stuff. The lawyer who represents a former WWE employee claims she was sexually abused and trafficked by Vince McMahon, and the depravity her client endured over the years is in its own class. Ann Callis, an attorney for the ex-WWE staffer Janelle Grant, said previously she worked for 9 years as a criminal felony judge overseeing murder and sexual assault cases, but the horrors her client suffered at McMahon's hands are incomparable to anything she's encountered in her career. Sexual slavery she endured, the devastating consequences that happened to her physically and mentally when she was going through this and still suffering through this with PTSD. She had suicidal what's that word? Idealtron? I can't read that word. I can't see. Maybe I should make it bigger. Come on, make it bigger. There we go. Okay. Idealtion. This is in the class of depravity that she had to endure. Grant, who worked for the company's legal and talent departments, alleged that McMahon forced her to have sex with WWE icons and executives, defecated on her during a threesome, and aggressively used sex toys on her that he named after wrestling stars, which caused her injuries, according to the bombshell lawsuit filed Thursday in Connecticut federal court. This is really strange. In addition to McMahon, Grant 43 also named John Laurinaitis, the company's former head of talent relations and general manager, in the 67-page suit, alleging the pair took turns holding her down for each other while sexually assaulting her at the WWE offices in June 2021. The explosive court filing followed the Wall Street Journal reporting last year that the WWE was probing an alleged $3 million payment that McMahon gave a female employee who left after a consensual affair. So this was, he stepped down a couple years ago because these allegations came up. And then he stepped back in after paying the money, I'm assuming. Grant was not named in the report, claims in the suit she received $1 million installment after signing an NDA, but no further payments. A subsequent investigation found McMahon shelled out $14.6 million to various women who had accused him of sexual misconduct. McMahon has denied the allegations in the suit, but announced Friday he was stepping down as the executive chairman of the WWE's parent company, TKO Group Holdings. TKO, which was created in September when WWE and UFC merged, said it's taking the allegations seriously and addressing them internally. So, okay, that's what she is claiming. What could have happened, or what did happen, the only people that are going to know that are John Laurinaitis, Vince McMahon, and that woman. I'm not sure what that's all about. I believe that I believe that what personally probably happened was he gave her money to have a side piece, and it went beyond what was expected.
Yep.
And so at that point, she said, you know, this is my opinion, because how else do you go from something that could have been, I mean, she took a long time to actually, geez, you guys really want me to answer, I don't really want to talk to you. These people from State College have been calling me. This is the third call.
Really?
And it's about, they're doing a study on gambling.
Okay.
Well, I don't really gamble. I mean, I play my game online. I have been a gambler. I have done that regularly.
Right.
But I mean, I haven't really gambled in a long time. But anyway, so the only thing that I'm thinking is that it got out of hand, and she was mad because, I mean, she said that they defecated on her. Well, that would make me a little upset about that. But why would it happen more than once if you're working for a company? I mean, why would you? I mean, again, I'm a guy, so this kind of thing doesn't happen to me. Right. And this doesn't happen to most guys. I'm sure it has happened to guys. But in a corporate situation like this, if someone did this to you even once, okay, well, maybe you would let it slide once. Maybe if you really loved your job and they apologized. But if they're defecating and they're doing stuff really off the wall, I mean, I don't know, because guys don't really have that whole mindset, because it doesn't happen to guys in general. It does happen to trafficking. I'm not saying it doesn't happen to guys in trafficking, because they traffic male, female, whatever, and whoever. So I'm just saying, in a corporate situation, he paid her hush money, maybe, and she didn't say anything, and then it happened again. I mean, I don't know how it would happen more than once or whatever, but something happened to her that made her unhappy with the company. And what happened to that $14 million he had? So there's more than just one woman involved here, I'm thinking. So there's, I can't fathom it in my head, because I can't think of one reason why I would rape a woman at all, or rape anybody.
Right.
So this is something that doesn't make sense in my head. But obviously something happened, and okay, so I thought that up until I read the next article that came up. Here's the next article. Vince McMahon named as black sex toys after black WWE wrestlers, white sex toys after Caucasians. So now we got a whole other situation, because why would he name the sex toys after anything if there isn't a sex thing going on?
Right.
Like, oh, I'm going to do you with the Shawn Michaels. What? You know, this is hurting him. There's a lot of information here that you wouldn't have thought that if this thing wasn't happening, this wouldn't be there.
Right.
I just don't get it, because that's not something that even makes sense to me.
It doesn't.
Especially if he's innocent.
Correct.
Now, we all know, well, we don't all know, some of us believe that Vince McMahon is a bit of a creep. I mean,
right.
I've always believed there was something different about him than most men. And with money corrupts people.
Oh, it does. Money talks.
And we know, or I feel I know, that he cheated on his wife before, and his wife even mentioned it, and they were headed towards a divorce at one point. So I don't know how much she knows either.
Right.
So, says here, Bella twins shocked by sex assault claims against Vince McMahon and stepdad. Okay, so the Bella twins haven't worked for him in probably, I'll say, at least 7 years.
Right.
There's going to be people that are going to talk about both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're not going to know what this is all about. He's 82 or 78. I don't know which one it was. It's something like, he's either one of those two. By the time they're done with this lawsuit, he's going to be long dead.
Yeah.
Actually, I might want to change him onto my poll. Come to think of it. Anyway, so I just don't even, there was a reason that he wanted to sell his company.
Right.
And I think he saw this coming.
Yeah.
But the other reason is that he had to sell the company because he's not going to live forever.
Right.
And somebody's got to run the company.
Right.
So I don't know which one I want to believe. But anyway, Vince McMahon used black and white dildos to sexually assault a former employee, according to the documents, and named the sex toys after WWE wrestlers according to their race. Janelle Grant, 43, alleged that McMahon and another WWE executive, which we talked about, John Laurinaitis, took, oh, by the way, John Laurinaitis, you've heard of his brother.
I have.
Road Warrior Hawk, or Road Warrior Animal was his brother. Anyway, this is disturbing in a lot of ways. Took turns sexually assaulting her at the company's Stamford, Connecticut headquarters where she was employed. McMahon was most aggressive when using the certain sex toys named after male employees. She wrote in the lawsuit. McMahon is alleged to have named the sex toys so that the color of the toy matched the race of the wrestler. Okay, I don't have a problem with any of that. I do have a problem with them if they're used to sexually assault somebody. Right. It's alleged that a black dildo would be named after an African-American wrestler, and a white would be named after a Caucasian. The white ones are obviously smaller. Although I've seen in some situations that the white guys have some pretty, but anyway. Grant claimed that McMahon caused her bodily injuries with the use of his fist as well as other objects. Grant's attorneys called the habit another incremental step in desensitizing Ms. Grant to his fantasy and eventual demands that she perform sexual acts for him and or have sexual contact with others within the WWE. The problem with a situation like this is, how long did it go on?
Right.
And I'm not saying anything bad about her, but her case, the longer it goes on, the worse her case gets.
Right.
Because obviously, if it's at the corporate center, it's not like you got a hotel somewhere.
Right.
He could have bought a hotel with the money he had, but I'm really confused by the whole situation because there's all kinds of allegations, so we know something happened. Okay, 78. I knew it was either 78 or 82. I couldn't remember. Says here, the 67-page suit from Grant, who worked in the company's legal and talent departments, also includes allegations that McMahon 78 forced her into sexual relationship in order to get her to get Invesco. Come on. Okay, where is my
to get Invesco with the QQQ.
I gotta get back to this where it was. Where was I? Where are we at here? Oh, okay. Forced her into a sexual relationship in order to keep a job, and passed around pornographic pictures and videos of her to other men, including other employees. WWE, or I should say McMahon's denied allegations, stepped down from the WWE CEO in 2022 amid the investigations. Grant also names as defendants in the lawsuit John Laurinaitis, the company's former head. Now, those are the only two people that they're naming on this. Grant, she hopes that her lawsuit will prevent other women from being victimized. Now, if she was victimized by this, if this is all true, and she didn't agree to any of this, I mean, what's she want out of it? Does she want? Did he do anything illegal? I mean, it's his against her, and she needs to, I hate to say that because the woman should not have to prove anything beyond.
Correct.
So I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know how to solve this because, I want to believe that he's. I don't know. I don't know what I want to believe. So I mean, with him out of the company, the WWE is safe.
Right.
That's not going to go down. But I really worry. I really don't want to. I believe he did something wrong. I don't know what the extent is. I don't know if she's totally being honest from the beginning to the end or what. But you being a female, you're going to come up with probably more things than I would come up with on this. But it does concern me because any human being that does something like this deserves to be punished. If indeed he did it to the extent that she's saying. Now, if she did this and went along with it and it went a little too far, that's a little different than him actually forcing himself on her.
Right.
And the same with Laurinaitis. I mean, I want to say that Laurinaitis was a good guy, but I don't know him. I don't know if he was or not. And so I don't know what to think on the whole situation. But I do know it's going to be an interesting movie of the week because we're probably going to find out in the next couple years. And this is going to be a lawsuit that's going to take a while to come through. So I don't know. I just don't know. It's just really makes me sad because I want to think that that the people wouldn't do that. But I mean, there's no way that you and I are ever going to know the truth.
And she said he did this for how long?
Well, they didn't really. I mean, it says here, according to the lawsuit, McMahon lived in the same building as Grant, and in 2019 offered her a job at WWE. That's 2019. After her parents died, she alleges that he eventually made it clear that one of the requirements of the job was a physical relationship with him, and later Laurinaitis and others. Now,
okay, I'm just looking at pictures of him. Like, I just looked him up.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at pictures of him, and it just he kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Well, I mean, okay, but if based on this statement here, she alleges that it was made clear that one of the requirements of the job was a physical relationship with him and later Laurinaitis with others. She knew that going in,
right?
That was a situation. So, I mean, she actually says that she knew going in.
She had every right to say no from the beginning.
Right.
So
he must have paid her really well, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
To be his woman. I would imagine this was the reason him and his wife got in trouble. Right. Or him and his wife were going to break up. This woman is. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying that he was right by doing this, but if he made it clear from the beginning what he wanted, he should only get it for prostitution.
Right.
And she should get in trouble for prostitution because she prostituted herself. Now, again, she's admitting this. And it says over the next few years, McMahon lavished her with gifts, including a luxury car. She's admitting this.
Right.
This is changing the whole statement.
This also kind of goes in mind of with the 50 Shades of Grey, in a way. But see, and I say in a way because did they have a contract? He made sure that you saw the contract in that movie. Yeah. He's like, you got to read it, you got to sign it. And they sat down, they went over the contract and made the adjustments or whatever. But you got to think, is this the same type of thing? Did they have a contract? Because I'm watching. It's called Justice Judy. It's the new version of Judge Judy, and I'm watching all these shows, and she's basing a lot of her decisions on a lot of her questions. Every episode, it's, do you guys have a contract?
Right.
Yes or no?
Yeah, because that's how you.
If you have a contract, yes, let me see it, because that is what she bases her sole decision 9 times out of 10 on that contract.
Well, I don't know what to even think about this, because now that she's admitting certain things, I don't know. And he gave her a luxury car. The luxury car was not because you're pretty. It's because you're offering services. Now I'm skewing my thoughts because I haven't read this all the way through now.
Right.
WWE benefited financially from commercial sex venture orchestrated by McMahon, including having wrestling talent such as WWE superstar sign new contract with WWE after McMahon presented the plaintiff as a sexual commodity for their use. So she's pretty much a prostitute,
right?
For pay. So I don't know if she's going to win this. It sounds like there's. It says she's seeking an unspecified monetary damages and to have the court void the $3 million non-disclosure agreement, which she agreed and received only which she alleges she only received $1 million. If they said $3 million, she should get $3 million. That should be simple. I think she's trying to take this to another level, and I think that
it's not going to get there.
I after reading this, I'm starting to wonder whether or not how much she really does deserve. She deserves something, but if she agreed upon that $3 million, that's what she deserves.
Exactly.
And you don't just bump it up arbitrarily. If that's what you said you would take, that's what you should take. I don't know. Maybe I'm soft on him because, well, I shouldn't say soft on him, but maybe I'm being a little easier on him because apparently he had some kind of agreement with her. So, I don't know. All right, let's move on. Taylor Swift's search on X has been re-enabled. Did you know it was disabled?
What?
Taylor Swift, if you tried to search on X on Twitter,
Okay.
you couldn't do it.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
People created AI nudes of her and were posting it on Twitter.
Of course.
So, people are just pervs.
Oh,
I mean, there are
another thing about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She is dating Travis Kelce.
Yes.
That's a Chiefs player.
Oh, is that who I? No, you voted for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I.
Sorry.
No, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Left that little tidbit out there. Sorry.
I'm not gonna change my. You got me all. Yeah, but I said they'd win the first half, so because of her. But then he's gonna be sidetracked. How they been doing? No, they did pretty good. What was it? You said that they were like one game different.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean both teams have been doing phenomenal.
Well, I mean, okay, so it says Taylor Swift's name is no longer drawing up a blank on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it.
A blank space.
So they have apparently there was people that have done. I don't understand why people are so fascinated by. I mean, I love the woman body as much as the next guy. But I don't really need to. I never fantasized about stars for some reason. I don't know. I never really thought about having sex with Roseanne or Taylor Swift or Bianca or whatever their names are. I don't even know who the current
Beyonce.
Bianca is a wrestler.
Okay.
Bianca Belair, but I did mean her.
I know.
Shows how hip I am. Okay, you gonna post that or not? Come on.
No.
Not you. I want to know why this isn't posting. Should I post it that? What is going on here? Try it again. Try it. You can do it. So I apparently can't post the article about the nudes, probably because Facebook sees nudes and.
Oh no.
Can't do that. Okay, it's not going to go through, I guess. Oh, maybe it is. No, I guess not. Anyway, so apparently these pervs have decided to do this Taylor Swift AI and Taylor Swift nude thing. And see, guys will jerk off to everything, I guess. I just think it's really bizarre that you would put fake nudes out there of people, and there's something for everybody.
Right.
So, can you
yeah, sure.
For a minute? I gotta check my email.
You gotta check your email in a different room. You don't have good service down here?
No. I'll be back.
Okay. So yeah, Kylie. Kylie. Yes, I'm not sure if I had said this last week, but she got on the distinguished honor roll for her last 9 weeks of school. So she, on Friday, will be getting $50 for getting on her distinguished honor roll from me, because I'm very proud of her. She has gone through a lot just recently. Before school started and stuff like that, there's been some things going on, and I'm very proud of her. So I'm going to send her some money. She found out about it this afternoon after it took some guessing. I had to give her some clues. And it took her a while, but she finally did eventually get it. But, yeah, she got on Distinguished Honor Roll. So that's the highest one you can get. But, yeah, she got on Distinguished Honor Roll. So I'm proud of her for that.
Everything's good.
Yeah, okay, good.
Everything's good.
I told them that Kylie got on Distinguished Honor Roll.
Oh, that's good.
This marking period. So on Friday, she is getting $50 from me. I'm sending up
Very cool.
$50 from her for her because, I mean, I'm proud of her. I mean, I've told you some of the things that she went through before school started, or right as school started, and I can't be more proud of that little girl.
I'm sure you can. If I had a little girl, I would want a girl like her.
And
really
I called her this afternoon. I wasn't going to tell her. She didn't know she was getting it.
Okay.
But I told her, I said, you need to be excited for Friday after school. And she goes, why? I said, no reason.
No reason to get excited?
I said, no reason at all.
No reason.
I said, you just have to wait and figure it out. And that drives her nuts. She goes nuts over that. So she's trying to figure it out, and she's trying to guess and guess and guess. And she goes, then she's like, give me a clue, give me a clue. And I said, well, your dad knows. And he had forgotten. And then so I had to tell his stepmom, or not his stepmom, her stepmom. And so we were giving her clues, and I said, it's green. And then I had her convinced that I was giving her broccoli. And then I was like Brussels sprouts or collard greens or peas and green beans and all this and that. And then we were like, well, everybody has some in some sort of way. And then she still couldn't guess it. And then I gave her the clue of some people have a lot, some people don't have a lot. And that's when, and another clue was that she really likes it. And
Does she really like broccoli?
No, apparently not. But she goes and then she's like, money. And she goes, oh, okay. And I said, well, she goes, is that it? Did I guess it? Because I told her if she guessed it, I'd tell her what it was. And she goes, did I guess it? I said, I don't know. Does it fit all the clues we gave you? So she goes and runs through all the clues. She goes, yeah, it does. And I said, okay, bring the phone up to your face, because she was holding me down here, so I couldn't really see her. Like, I could see her face, but I didn't really see the reaction. Like, I couldn't really see, because she didn't know how much she was getting, because that was her next question. How much am I getting?
Every time
So she brings the phone up, and I said, because you got on the Distinguished Honor Roll, right? She goes, yeah. I said, you are getting $50. And that's all I got was $50. And she starts screaming and hollering and going off. And then I said, and then she's like, she tells her stepmom, well, we're gonna be going shopping, and we're gonna get her nails done. Or she's got a list of what she wants already. And I said, no, it's from me and Antoine. And I said, because of doing so well. So, and then she's like, well, thank you. But yeah,
awesome. You're lucky to have a girl that's that grounded.
Right.
And considering the stuff she's gone through and the stuff that you've gone through and he's gone through.
Right.
It's just,
I mean,
to have a girl that stable.
To get where we are now, like to get to the point that her dad and I are at this point,
right.
To be able to co-parent like we can.
Yes.
I'm thankful for it. And I tell him and I talk about this all the time. Back before, we never thought we would get to this point. But we did. So we're excited now.
It's when you put aside your personal differences and look at the bigger picture at who's involved.
Right.
And can work together to make
Right.
sure that person is okay. That's the important thing.
Right. Our ultimate goal is her. As long as she's happy, taken care of.
Business.
Yeah.
Every day. Taking care of business every way. But yeah, it's I don't know. I just I'm glad that things are working out and the way they are for you.
She is.
And them and her and everything. All right. Here we go. World's largest cruise ship. How big do you think this world's largest cruise ship is? How big?
Oh. In feet or?
Just how big? How big do you think it is? Is it bigger than a football field? Is it bigger than a Prius?
Well, probably. Definitely bigger than a football field. I want to say about... I'll say like 3 football fields.
Let's talk city blocks. How many city blocks?
How many city blocks?
How big do you think this thing is?
Well, how many city blocks is 3 football fields?
I don't know. I don't know if we can... Alexa, how many city blocks is a football field?
1 football field is about 1.4 standard north to south Manhattan blocks.
So 1.4. About 1.5.
Okay. So that would be what? 3...
Well, how many football fields did you say?
3.
So 1 is 1.5. So it would be 1.5 times 3, which would be 4.5.
Okay, yeah.
Is that right? I think that's right.
I think so.
Well, let me tell you, you're really close. The world's largest cruise ship, it's the size of nearly 4 blocks, is set to sail Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So that's a big ship. I mean, if you haven't been in New York, city blocks can be pretty darn big. I mean, if you look at Broadway, which is where I was on Broadway, those city blocks, I can tell you, are really long because I parked my car 1.5 miles or about 1 mile from the place I was supposed to go to, because I was told that was the place to park, and I didn't know where I was going. I parked there and I walked there. I'm looking, and I'm thinking, oh, these numbers are really different from the number where I'm supposed to be. And 1 mile later, there I was. So I don't know how many city blocks it was, but it was a lot of city blocks, and that was that was 1 mile.
A city block that's too big. 6 football fields up in air, 5 long. What?
That's it's pretty pretty
a half mile long, 15 stories is what Christine.
Yeah.
But I mean, the biggest. But I mean.
Well, here's the. I'm going to show the video. I'm not going to play the audio because I don't know if that's going to. Hold on there. I'll bring it out of here. Maybe I'll play the audio. Let me see what the audio sounds like. If they have a soundtrack behind it, I won't play it because I'll get in trouble for that. Oh, I didn't play the video yet.
No.
Oh, we'll do that.
What are you doing?
Apparently, I'm not doing my job. I don't know what it is, but I'm not doing it. This is a Royal Caribbean ship. Okay, so this is the. Okay, we're going to see what this. Okay, let's turn the audio on and see if we're going to get sound of them talking or if it's music.
All right, it's time to wave goodbye to your worries and set sail on your next vacation.
Royal Caribbean made history in Miami this week with the arrival of the largest cruise ship on the planet, with Icon of the Seas.
Lifestyle expert Carrie Riley is on deck to give us a sneak peek of the boat.
By the way, this reminds me of a small little ship called the Titanic.
I was just going to say it's not good. I was going to crack that joke. It's not going to hit a glacier and sink, is it?
I don't know. They didn't sink yet. There's no icebergs out there in Miami.
Hey, Carrie, how long of a trip would I need to book on the Icon of the Seas to be able to see the entire thing?
Right.
I'm telling you, you'd have to come so many different times. There is so much to see. I'm actually on the deck right here, and this ship is breaking all kinds of records. Right,
I mean, take a look at what look at what's behind her. This is like rides and stuff, and
yeah, how many different slides? What did I see? That guy was on like a zip line of some sort.
And there was something else I saw. I can't remember what it was, but I saw something else that was on there that didn't seem to make sense for me. But you know,
water park at sea.
Oh, okay, so water park,
water slides.
Now, aren't all ships at sea?
Yeah.
The only water park. All ships have water parks because if you fall into the water, it's a park.
6 record-breaking slides. They also have the most pools at sea, 7 in total. They've got 9 whirlpools,
7 different pools,
and the only suspended infinity pool ever to be put on a ship. And they also have the largest kinetic sculpture, which is incredible. And I love this part. They have the cutest chief dog officer Rover. She's a 6-month-old puppy, and she roams the ship. First dog to ever live on a cruise ship. And for the foodies, there's like 40 different places to eat and drink, and the only walk-up champagne bar. And they've got big experiences. I actually walked the Crown's Edge for you guys. I don't know if you have the B-roll, but I was 154 feet above the water. I was shaking in my
boots. It's a long way.
Now, I do want to let you know, if you want more information, go to RoyalCaribbean.com. They also offer really special rates for military, police, and firefighters on select
not for me.
Yeah, there's the zip line. Something.
And I want to real quickly go through some essentials that you're always going to want on your trip. First up, right here, I've got Mophie 3-in-1 travel charger. Now, this charger has everything you need to charge while you're traveling, and I love it because it's compact. It rolls out. You can charge all 3 things at once, and then it goes right into this amazing little pouch. Right? And then when you're finished, it folds right up. It also has a place for an AirTag pocket. They're giving you, your viewers, Fox 25, 25% off site-wide discount. So just go to Mophie.com for that. And this is a great wellness essential. You want to make sure your kids are healthy before they travel. This is according to their child's eardrum with healthcare.
This is a big ad. I wanted to see the boat. That's the only thing I cared about was that boat.
Yeah.
I mean, 400, what was it, 400 feet or something?
Something like that. But imagine, okay, what is this? What's this called? Icon of the what?
Icon of the Seas, right? Is that what it was? Hold on, let me turn the volume off on this in case the commercial comes up. Okay, let's see here. It says it's called the Icon of the Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas, which is 1,200 feet long and the size of almost 4 city blocks. Will leave the port on Saturday. Well, I guess has left the port. So, I mean, that's an unbelievable. There you go. There's a good picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
That is a freaking monster.
I went and looked it up too. But I mean, that's like huge.
I mean, at one point, I was thinking of getting the job as a singer on a ship because they pay okay. They pay like $1,000 a week, and for singing. That'd be okay. I wouldn't mind that. But, you know, the more I think about it, the more I think, I don't want to be away that long.
Right.
So, I thought it was a pretty interesting, here we go. Take a look at that. That's
wow.
That's what what it looks like inside the ship. I mean, this is freaking, here it goes. The basic accommodations are 157 square feet interior plus cabins, which begin at $3,600 per week for 2 people.
I was just going to say, I'm trying to look how much it is.
That's not that bad. $3,600 a couple for 2 people is really not that bad. That really is reasonable. Now it says here the priciest option is the 3-story ultimate family townhouse for 8 guests. With its own private patio, cinema with a popcorn machine, a kid's room, outdoor hot tub, and suite slide. The cost, guess how much per week?
If not $1 million, I would say $1 million.
No, not that bad. But $100,000 a week.
Okay, that was probably
more than a lot of.
That was probably my more realistic guess was $100,000. But
by the way, I want you to know that with this new sound, I'm hearing it clear in here. Yeah, it's the clearest I've ever heard it. So that makes me happy. Anyway, yeah, that's a freaking. The ship, which was built in Finland, was christened by Argentinian soccer star Lionel Messi and his Inter Miami teammates on Tuesday at a celebration by Mario Lopez. So the record-breaking size boat beat out Royal Caribbean's 188-foot long ship Wonder of the Seas, which debuted in 2022. This is just, it looks like a city in there. I mean, really.
Yeah.
You're looking at a lot of, it really is interesting. All right, so should I do this clip for tomorrow or for our next? Okay, this clip is a clip that I'm debuting in this wrestling promotion coming up. It's called APP. So
I'm excited. I have off for both of those things. I'm kind of excited.
It's going to be interesting. So this is what we're going to see here is
the following program contains scenes and language of
why? Wait a minute, hold on.
Around 2000, he became involved in pro wrestling on a regular basis.
Hold on here.
Starting to play
It's playing it again. I guess I have it open twice. Where
in
is
the
it?
summer of 2003, Trash Talking Radio was the original pro wrestling radio show with guests like Hulk
Where's it playing
Hogan,
from?
CM Punk, Jimmy Hart, Road Warrior Animal,
I don't
and
know
all
where
of
it's
your
at.
favorite wrestlers.
Hold on. What is going on here?
That many have tried to copy, but none have done successfully. He created the Trash Talking Radio belt, and it was defended in 16 states and hundreds of promotions, and even held the belt himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
In 2012, he was inducted into the Independent Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame.
But I got to figure out where it's playing because
It has been 12 long years since he has been to a New
Can you
Jersey.
close all the windows and
He was one of the slickest, most hated
like
people in
close
pro
out
wrestling.
instead of like?
Well, this says it's. Oh, this is. It says
Some
it's
say he
playing
has
here.
changed.
Hold on here.
He has been touring the United States
Let's
promoting
do
his.
this. Okay, let's try this again. This time
Because it looked paused to us that it wasn't
Yeah, but
playing.
it should have been paused. It
Right.
should have.
It
And it
shouldn't have
played
been
double.
playing.
I could hear it playing double.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have been playing double. It should have been playing single. Okay,
That's
let's
why
try
I was
this
saying
again.
X out of it and go back into it.
Yeah, that was weird. All right, now now this is my introduction to this company. So nobody knows if I'm a good guy or a bad guy, and nobody knows why I'm even there. So let's see if it works this time.
The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Around 2000, he became involved in pro wrestling on a regular basis. In the summer of 2003, Trash Talking Radio was the original pro wrestling radio show with guests like Hulk Hogan, CM Punk, Jimmy Hart, Road Warrior Animal, and all of your favorite wrestlers. A show that many have tried to copy, but none have done successfully. He created the Trash Talking Radio belt, and it was defended in 16 states and hundreds of promotions, and even held the belt himself. In 2012, he was inducted into the Independent Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. It has been 12 long years since he has been to a New Jersey event. He was one of the slickest, most hated people in pro wrestling. Some say he has changed. He has been touring the United States promoting his music and movie career. He made 4 movies in 2023. Was the star in Winder, a horror movie. He was in 30 for 30 as a congressman. He was in the critically acclaimed Youngest Partisan. He was in Let's Call a Taxi. He has done 7 photo shoots since 2022, spanning the country with 2 photo shoots in New York, as well as a photo shoot in Vegas, Atlanta, Miami, Los Angeles, and Orlando. He is co-owner of Rich Guitar Custom Manufacturing Company, where you can design your own guitar. And he has some unfinished business with someone in New Jersey. The Vital Idol is no more. He is now Hollywood classy Mike Trash, and he is coming to APP Action Pro Wrestling March 2nd, 2024 to settle the score.
go.
Nice.
I did notice one mistake I got to fix before then, but I can fix that. And yes, that is the theme of the Trash Talking Radio Show, because if I put any music that isn't mine on there, I get hit with something. And I can use this one anytime I want because it's mine. I wrote it. So, and I don't want to put any Uncle Sam Band songs on there that haven't been copywritten yet. I have a bunch that I haven't copywritten yet.
I know, that was fine. You just, when it started playing, that's my first thought, okay, what's playing? Was it the introduction again?
Yeah.
That's why I was trying to...
I like that song because it's kind of cool. I can use it for anything I want, and I might use that for my Ring music.
Nice.
So minus the words. But I kind of think it's cool because it's a really heavy rock song too. Actually, YouTube first originally tried to hit me with a strike on it because someone claimed it was theirs. I said it's not theirs, and I can prove it because I've got everything time stamped, and everything I used was loops and stuff like that to make those guitar sounds because I don't play guitar.
Right.
But and then they dropped their claim. So, but it's fun. I enjoyed putting that together, but I just want to make that one change on there, I think. So,
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're actually doing a Super Bowl party too.
Nice.
Actually, we're not doing it. They're doing something in New Jersey, so I'm probably going to go to that too. Even though I don't have a clue what. I don't know. It should be fun though. All right, so this will make you mad. Your dad's or not your dad, your grandfather was a military guy.
Yes. Well, my dad was too.
Was he? Okay, I didn't know that. But
my dad was in the Air Force. My grandfather was in the Navy. My uncle's in the Navy. My grandfather's a Marine. So yeah, it's all around the family.
All right, well, you're going to be really mad then.
Oh, great. Should I walk?
A military veteran faked using a wheelchair for 20 years to collect $660,000 in benefits.
Nuh-uh.
Some people will do anything to get benefits. I give people a lot of credit for serving their country. And
Amy Sue, root for Kansas.
Root for Kansas. Why is that? What's she like about Kansas?
Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah.
Super Bowl?
Am I the only one in the world that's rooting for the other side? I mean, jeez.
No, my uncle's a 49ers fan.
All right.
You know, the Junior, the brother that my mother doesn't like.
I'm sure they don't like each other quite a bit.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, this is something that it would be hard for me to. I mean, I give veterans a lot of credit, a lot of leeway.
That?
Well, okay, let's see how.
I'm sorry.
So here's the deal. A veteran in New Hampshire admitted he spent the last 20 years bound to a wheelchair to collect more than $660,000 benefits. See, now, if I were that person, I would never tell them the truth. I would stay in that wheelchair until I died because now he's in for trouble.
Right.
And what made him change his mind? Anyway, it says a veteran in New Hampshire admitted he spent the last 20 years bound to a wheelchair to collect more than $660,000 in benefits for his fake injury after he was busted walking normally following visits to the Veterans Affairs
That's
Office.
your problem. You was busted.
You got to stick to the story if you're going to play. Christopher Stoltz, 49, pleaded guilty Thursday to making false statements to the Department of Veterans Affairs in 2003 to collect 100% disability rating. It says here, Stoltz Stoltz's elaborate scheme started in January 2003 when he told the VA he could not use his feet after leaving the service, granting him a substantial rating. The 100% disability rating currently ranges from $3,800 to $4,200 monthly, but the compensation has fluctuated over the years. Stoltz has also obtained funds through the VA's automotive adaptive equipment to purchase special cars and vehicle adapters designed to help mobility impaired veterans. See, this is, I don't have a problem taking care of vets.
Right.
Because vets, I mean, they have done a lot for our country. I don't have a problem with that. I do have a problem with people that cheat the system like this. Stoltz, a kindergarten teacher at Antrim Elementary School, received $662,871.77 in VA benefits he wasn't entitled to between January 2003 and December 2022.
He should have to pay it all back.
Yeah, he should something. Before coming clean to his lies, Stoltz had been witnessed and recorded multiple times walking without needing a wheelchair or other ambulatory device to move around. In October 2021, Stoltz was seen using a wheelchair in the VA Medical Center in Jamaica Plain in Boston, only to lift it to his car and drive off from the facility moments later. See, now if you're going to play, you got to play it full out. You can't do it halfway. He then went to a shopping mall where he was seen walking normally without his wheelchair. Prosecutors said Stoltz was then surveilled on multiple occasions since his first incident. He repeated the same action he had a year earlier at the VA in Manchester, but at this time was recorded walking normally through the mall without needing any assistance in October 2022. Several people who knew Stoltz as far back as early 2000s also shared with investigators that they had never known him to need a wheelchair or walking assistance. When confronted by law enforcement officials about his mobility, Stoltz admitted he could use both feet, and he was aware he was wrongly... he knew...
He knew he was caught, so...
So, I don't know, it seems bad. In 2023, Paul P.J. Herbert was indicted to federal grand jury and arrested on one count of theft of government and one count of making false statements. Herbert, a Marine veteran who was accused of stealing over $344,000 in disability benefits and submitted I remember this guy, submitted a Purple Heart, this is a different guy, submitted a Purple Heart injury, application for injury suffered in a roadside bombing that never occurred. I remember that one. The veteran claimed he suffered traumatic brain injury from an IED during deployment to Iraq at the end of the Gulf War, but it was revealed that he was falsely representing himself. These people, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to have to, I mean, he may be ordered to pay it back, I would imagine. I don't know how you end up paying, if I was told I had to pay back $600. Now, what is going on up there?
I don't know.
I hope, are you still on here? Yeah, you are, but there's a thing in front of it. I don't know why that was weird. That never happened before. But yeah, I mean, I just don't understand, you know, if you're gonna say that, you got to play it full out. You can't be seen. You can't be cocky like, no. You know, they didn't catch me. Well, yeah, they did.
No. But like you said, if you're gonna do it full out. So I mean, if you say, I'm going to into a VA because I can't do this,
right?
That means everywhere you go,
right?
Whether it's to the mall, to here, to there, to there. I mean, going into the bathroom where you think you're safe, you better be using that.
That's exactly right. And he's going to end up having to go to jail. And I'd hate to see that from a guy that actually served the country, you know? If you go to
But he did it to himself. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, that sounds mean and that sounds harsh.
I'm agreeing with you.
But
he
I mean, he did it to himself.
Yes, he did. And the thing is that I don't understand is if you're going to have that kind of commitment that you're going to fight for your country and stuff,
right?
Why would you put yourself in a situation where you could go to jail?
Amy says it. Stolen glory.
Yeah. I mean, but, you know, again, I hate to see someone that spent time in the military defending our country going to jail because
for something stupid.
Where they got greedy.
Yeah.
Because you get benefits for being one of them. Just, you know, how much you get.
Right.
It's sad. It's sad that this person went and did that. I don't understand. This is a weird one. Alabama robbery suspects tells jewelers happy holidays before deploying bear spray, and the shopkeeper shoots back at him. So, this world is going crazy.
Tell me about it.
I mean, at least he was nice enough to say happy holidays. Even though you have a lot less happy holiday when you have less money.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I don't understand why. I can't understand the idea of stealing from people like that. Especially a small shop. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Yes, you were laughing at something. Press up.
You finished your sentence, so.
What did I say? I don't even know what I was.
You said, I can't imagine stealing from people. And then you finished your sentence.
Did I steal from somebody? Oh, okay, just check. No, I mean this is at least this guy was a happy holidays guy. He stole from him, but he said at least happy holidays, you know. Hey, I'm stealing your money, but hey, happy holidays. It's not like it was middle of summer or anything.
Right? Christmas in July.
Christmas in July, yes. I don't know. I can't understand the idea of, I mean, like, okay, it's not like I'd be less, how do I want to say this? Hold on, I gotta turn this off. I am less.
I ain't doing it.
Why are you not stopping? Stop! Stop!
Oh my God! Okay.
Okay. All right. Stop. Stop. You can't stop it. It won't stop. It won't stop. What are you crying about? You're a big man. You shouldn't be crying. I don't like your cry either. Okay, I stopped it. Still, here we go again. Now, I wouldn't have as much of an issue. I still would have an issue with it, but I wouldn't have as much of an issue if it was a corporate jeweler versus a small jeweler. Because a corporate jeweler is insured, but I still have a problem with it. But I wouldn't have as much of a problem when it's an independent guy who has a lot less resources to steal from him versus stealing from, I mean, I have a problem with stealing anyway, but if you had to steal from somebody, try to steal from a corporation at least. Anyway, it says here, she did not try. This is a she? Huh? She did not try to steal Christmas, just a bunch of jewelry after allegedly wishing store workers happy holidays and pulling out a can of beer spray. What's a beer spray? Oh, bear spray. Bear spray. Is bears are not good at spraying their underarms or anything? What do they do? Can the underarm of the bear? And, here, have some bear spray. The store owner shot her in the shoulder for it, according to the Alabama police. The suspect stumbled out with a gunshot wound to the shoulder and was arrested moments later. It happened just before 5 p.m. Wednesday. Surveillance images show a woman who the police have identified as Heather Denise Wright, wearing a dark hood, gloves, face mask, near the front door of Dennis James Jewelers, while holding a can of bear spray. So this is a woman that shoplifted. Okay. She allegedly wished workers happy holidays before telling them that she didn't want to hurt anyone and unleashed the spray indoors. The store owner, Jeff Dennis, declined to comment Tuesday and said he was ready to move past the events. He detailed the harrowing encounter in an interview. I did what I had to do to protect my store and my employees. I had no idea what she was capable of. The suspect walked in and wedged the door open with a block, prompting Dennis to draw his gun, he said. So there's the woman who actually, I guess, did it.
Wow.
Wow, happy holidays, Wright said, according to Dennis. I don't want to hurt you all, but I am. She then allegedly unleashed the bear spray. Dennis took a shot, hit her in the shoulder, and sent her reeling. She dropped her bag, screamed for him to stop, and fled out the door. He said he found additional weapons in her purse. He hit the alarm and locked the store down. The robbery happened in Gardenia, about 10 miles north of Birmingham, where police said they captured the suspect. So there you go. Happy holidays to her. The bear spray wasn't very effective.
I guess not.
So that's a shame. I mean, I don't know. There's so many people these days that I don't know. I feel for people that feel the need to do that, but there's other ways to make money, and I just think that she's going to end up paying for that.
Right.
So, a shame. Then we got this is really bizarre. Do you believe in karma?
Yes.
Oh, you do believe in karma.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't really believe in karma, but I know there are so many people that do. Tell me if this is karma or not. Because, all right, so a man steals a Good Samaritan's car.
What happens to the person that stole it?
Moments before dying in a head-on collision with a tractor trailer.
Yep, that's totally karma.
I don't know. I just think it's weird to think about, if you're going to steal a car, I mean, take your time driving away or something. I mean, check both sides.
Well, they don't want to get caught.
I guess.
That's the issue. They're stealing it.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird to think about the whole thing.
Florida man.
Yeah, well.
I gotta make sure it's not Antoine.
Oh. He steals cars?
No. He's from Florida.
Oh. Well, we won't hold that against him. I like Florida, though. Florida has always been kind of like if I were to move, I would consider moving to a place that was warm all the time. And, they think it's cold in Florida when it's warm. What we would think it was really warm, but they think it's cold. I don't know. I just think it's funny that this guy steals his car, and so this person's car is not only stolen, but it's destroyed, and there's a dead body in it now. So, I don't know.
But that actually helps me a little bit, though. Next Tuesday.
Yes.
I'm going to play a little game with you.
Oh?
If you can.
Okay.
If you will let me.
I will let you. What?
I found something on the internet, and I'm going to make it into a game.
Okay. Are you going to share it, or are you just going to keep me wondering?
Well, I don't want you to cheat.
I won't cheat.
Okay. You're going to have to list. Well, maybe I better get. I have the top 25 worst drivers by state. Because I know
I
you've
think
had.
Florida's in there somewhere. Florida's got to be in that.
I know.
I would say New York is in there too because I'm in New York. I went and messed my car up in New York. So, all right. I won't. I promise not to do that. But that'll give me a lot of time to think about it for a whole week.
Yeah.
Jeez. I probably won't think about it though because
You probably won't. You'll probably do it all.
I got enough things on my plate. I just don't know. Anyway, does it say? Wait a minute. I want to look at this article again and see. Like.
But I will tell you, yes, Florida is in here, and New York is in here somewhere.
I know that New York is horrible, and it takes. That's the first time I ever had an accident in New York. That's the first time I had an accident in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, years. Okay, let's see here. So this says a Florida man stole the car of a Good Samaritan who pulled over to check on him after he wrecked his car, only to die moments later. So they pull over to make sure that he's okay because he wrecked his car. Mm-hmm. And that tells me his insurance rates would have been way high if he had lived. Because not only do you wreck your own car, but you wreck the car you stole too. Mm-hmm. A 35-year-old woman was driving along. Okay, well, hey, come on.
I saw it come on here, so I looked up there.
35-year-old woman was driving along State Road 50 in Brooksville, about 70 miles from west of Orlando, when she spotted a GMC Sierra that had crashed into a traffic median around 8:30. After she pulled over to investigate the wreck, the Sierra's driver, the 29-year-old man from Dade City, arrived on foot and stole her car, a Chevy HHR. Oh, those are junk cars to begin with. Leaving her at least steal a good car.
Was it silver?
I don't know. It doesn't say. Why? You know somebody with an HHR?
I know somebody that used to have a silver Chevy HHR, but then they decided to wreck it, and then long story short, it never ended up not. Well, I guess I want to say the battery ended up. I don't know. Something happened to it that it just ended up being taken to a junkyard and smashed eventually. So it's not that one.
Well, I would imagine not, because he wrecked it. Oh, you wrecked it? It was yours? Mm-hmm. No. Oh, did I know that?
Yeah, it was mine and Garrett's. We had the
we
had the PT Cruiser and the HHR,
okay.
And then
that's the one that hit the trash can or the garbage
dumpster. Yeah.
The one I told you shouldn't get rid of. You should fix it up, and you said no, I don't want that car.
I didn't have the money to fix it.
You could have had the money to fix it. It would have been cheaper than buying another car.
I never bought another car either. So.
Yeah, see?
Look.
I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
no, my boyfriend now just bought me a car.
Must be nice to have one of them. My boyfriend's never bought me any cars. My girlfriend's never bought me a car. Well, okay, I did have a car from my first wife, but she took it back. I gave it back. Whatever. Anyway. Arrived on foot. The man took off in her Chevy westbound on State Road 50 and lost control. Just 3 miles later, he crossed the center of the. Wow! He not only wrecked the car, he lost control of the car. Went across the center median.
Karma.
That or just stupidity.
Karma.
He crossed the line. Wow! That guy. Whew, wow. Well, I guess he doesn't have to worry about being prosecuted anyway. This tractor-trailer driver, 45-year-old Plant City man, sustained minor injuries. The identity of the carjacker has not been released. Yeah, probably because they couldn't figure out who he was because he was destroyed. It's just weird. That's another one that really, I can't understand. Someone helps you. I mean, the last thing I'm sure he was on the run from something else. He probably was, he probably wrecked his car because he was or he was on drugs or something. I don't know. All right, well, guess what? We're done. And I only had really a couple articles left.
Good.
I mean, these are from last week, which we didn't need to do. I just kept them on there for emergency. So, that's cool. All right, well, so So did you like the promo?
I did.
Nobody knows why he's coming back there and who he's after.
Mm.
Who he has the problem
Guess we'll
with.
find out.
We'll find out soon.
I'm excited to find out.
It'll be good. So, all right. Well, I guess then that's it. Well, these shows go by quick.
I know.
Doesn't feel like it at the time, but this time we didn't have any issues with the sound. That's the best part.
Can you believe that it's almost February? Where did January go? Like, tomorrow's the last day of January.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's crazy. So, I'm just glad that I made it through January, because January's a rough month on me every month, every time. But, you know, you do what you got to do, and
right.
So, all right. Well, hope to see you guys next week, and we'll have more fun and frolic and all that other fun stuff. So, I will talk to you next week, and we'll both be here, hopefully, and everything will be as
far as I know, I'll be here.
Yeah, I like
Unless
it.
something happens.
Well, let's not give it any ideas.
Knock on wood.
Well, I mean, unless we have some kind of weird snowstorm or something that's
right
in the main big thing, and you haven't had any meetings in a couple weeks, and you got a meeting coming up, I'm sure, coming up on a Tuesday.
I hate when they do that.
Yeah. Stop them. Tell them you have your other job to go to.
I joked with my boss the one day when he had a meeting. I said, "Do you realize I have another job that I have to go to?" He's like, "Okay." He's like, "Well, you can go to that." I said, "But I don't necessarily get paid." I said, "I get paid in zeros," and he, huh? It went right over his head.
Yeah, well, he had to be here. But they're good zeros. They're not the cheap zeros. I mean, cheap zeros are, they're not fun.
And I said, I help out with a radio show on Tuesday nights, right when this is supposed to be. He's like, oh, well, I'm sorry. And I'm like...
The new phone system is right here. It's no one else can see it, but it's hooked up, sort of. And, I don't know, can they see it? Yeah, they can see it. Okay, it's hooked up, and I haven't quite figured out how it works, so that's why I didn't use it yet, because it's weird. I called it. Like, I can't figure out if I can. I'm sure there's a way to dial out with it, but I called in on my cell phone, and it did actually, but I couldn't figure out how to pick up. Got to figure this all out so that we can install it and use it. So that's one of my goals, is to work on that.
Step by step.
Then I want to get this computer up and running for our conference calls.
Okay.
And I'm going to start doing the conference calls.
Nice.
So little by little, we're trying to get this stuff rolling.
We'll get there.
And I've, little by little, put a lot of stuff in here. So I got to figure out where to put the other stuff. And I'm cleaning it up, and then I'm filling the desk up with other stuff. So it's like it never really stays clear. Hopefully we'll get it working, though.
Well, we'll get there.
All right. I will talk to you guys next week, and glad you hung in there, and we'll
see you next Tuesday.
See you next week, yeah. Oh.